YouTube. Let's go. Yo, definitely running behind you. Y'all gotta bear with me. Bear with me a couple minutes here. What up, Cat? What up, CPT? What's up? What's up? What's Bub? What's up? Sean. Everybody coming. Let me get us onto the onto YouTube or Instagram. Man, I'm definitely lagging right now. Definitely lagging. Bear with me here. Let's get this done. Bam. Oh shit, it's not gonna do it. Oh, I gotta go into another screen. Hold on. We're gonna get here. We're gonna get here. I'm waiting on Josh still. He should be here any second. Tonight should be a good night. Actually, I have a bunch of people that's gonna come on tonight. But it's gonna be, hold on, I can't see you guys. Or I can, but let me get us onto whatchamacallit. Onto Instagram. Bam. Let's go. Bam. Alexa, lights on. Oh, you guys can't see it. You guys can't see that anyway. Come on. Go, go, go. Oh, I got to do this. Hold on. Damn, usually I have all this shit ready, man. Luckily, somebody woke me up just in time. Dead ass serious, man. No, not like I've been live in the past 4 days at all. Not at all. Let's go. What up? What up? Yo, I'm just saying, if she didn't wake my ass up, there's no way, bro. I would have slept. All right, hold on. Live account. Damn, we're almost there. There we go. Hold on, I gotta send Josh a link. Hold on. Like I said, y'all bear with me just a little bit. Yeah, like you said, you know, who said that? Had to be, of course. So, and it's not like I've been live all the last couple days. So, I needed sleep. I really did. I was asleep, bro, and I got woken up. Luckily, she woke my ass up. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I wouldn't. There's no way. All right, I gotta send Josh a link now. Let me get him a link, and we're gonna be ready to go. Wait, did I just start on Instagram? Yo, I'm fucking up. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be just fine. Bam. All right, there. That's live there. Now I gotta need to send him a link somehow. How the hell do I send him a link when I'm on here? Oh, you know what I can do? I think we can do this. We're going the last weekend. Oh, Lovin's. Hey, I'm gonna tell Lovin, man. Yo, come watch the YouTube right now so we can get your ass on. That's what I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell Lovin this right now. Let's see if we get Lovin to come on, man. I'm trying. Trust me. I will get her to come on here, no matter what I have to do. One of these weekends. Let's go. Yo. All right, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Why is he not able to see this? Yo. Hold on. Hold on. All right, we should be good. He should be coming in right now. We should have Josh coming in right now. So anyway, yeah, I see we're gonna have Josh, who should be in here in a second. We have Ade the Geneticist. She's gonna talk tissue culture. So she does TC, she does male female testing, she does viral testing as well. So, you know, you guys will be able to ask her anything you want when it comes to that stuff. It should be a really good night. Yo, that was the best news ever. I was super stoked. You guys knew about it before I even seen it posted. So, and yeah, I'm definitely coming. I'm definitely going to be here that weekend, and I can't wait to see you guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys again. All right, sorry, my bad. We you got me streaming on the 50. Let's go. What's up? Yo, it looks good on the television, right? I've seen some people show it to me. I'm like, it's pretty cool. It's really cool. So, um, come on, man. All right. What up, Raindrop? What up, Steve? What up? What up? What up? Let's go. Twist and burn. I don't know who you guys are on here, you know, all different names. So Mingus, I know who you are. Marquise, let's go. KCMO, TW shot feather in the house. Oh, and also, okay, so we're gonna have Blue Star, Addy, Cann Research is gonna come on with Addy, and then we're gonna have the lineup of the 808 guys. Kauai to Kind Seeds. He's supposed to be on tonight. I haven't heard back from him, to be honest. You know, I have been busy. I've been slightly busy the last couple days. If you guys know, you know. I know most of you guys have been around, so you guys are well aware what we've been doing the last couple days. So it's been really difficult to try to get this together. I had a couple of people that were already lined up, a couple of people I reached out to last minute to make sure we were full tonight. And then we're going to have a surprise guest, which is not going to be so surprised because I told y'all. But in-house will probably be on with Addy at one point or 808. I know in-house is going to jump through here. You know, his knowledge is second to none. So to have him with Addy talk tissue culture and talk genetics should be a good night as long as everybody shows up. You know what I mean? And I think Josh is having a problem getting in here. I don't know why, but we'll see. I sent him the link. He should be able to just pop right in. This is definitely Dark Star Live week. There's no doubt about that. You know, so nobody's back. Papa's here. John is in the motherfucking house. Let's go. Who else? Who else? Goonie's in the house. Yo, shout out to Goonie right there. Have you come through the YouTube before? We're gonna have to have Goonie come on here one night. Shit, Goonie can come on here. Well, let's give Josh a little bit of time. I'm not sure what's going on, but you know, I mean, we could always have. Hey, let me send Josh a message. Hey, all you have to do is click on that link. That link should bring you right into the back room. You should be able to do it on a mobile or a laptop. So, Danny Dreams, Brian Austin, let's go. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button. I should have some kind of banner that I type out to say that. You know, I would like us to be able to have, you know, bring more people to watch these. There's a ton of them. I'm having technical difficulties on my end. My camera won't work. I think you should be able to do it right on the. You should be able to do it on your phone. You should be able to do it. I don't think you need to be on a computer. I mean, but you're gonna try to reset it. All right. So we're just waiting on Josh right now, guys. I do have a wheel made up. You know what? Why don't we make use right now of the hashtag thing? We'll just do some hashtag giveaways. I mean, I can pull the wheel up, I guess. It'll take me a second though. Here, let me see if I can just do this. Hold on. Let's get the wheel up. Why not, right? But we can do some duck races while we're waiting on him. Hold on. I can't see you guys right now, so I don't see the comments right this second. Oh shit, let's go. I see some people over there on Instagram because I just had to open that window up. What's up? What's up? What's up? As I was saying, I would have definitely not made it on time had I not been woken up today. I'm already lagging and trying to make sure everything's working and together, but there's no way I would have been here on time had I not gotten a phone call and woken up. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me get your guys' names on here in the meanwhile. Josh in here yet? I can't see him. Oh yeah, I am so unorganized right now. You guys have no idea. So I am very grateful that I was woken up. We might as well. Let's get this up here while we're waiting on Josh. All right, so I'm going to throw the scroll code up right there. You guys know the code. If you guys do not know the code, take note, save that code. That's going to get you 15% off everything on the site. Is 808 in here? 808 Kauai the Cann is in here. Let me see. Goonies in here. Well, there's a lot of people in here already. So shout out to everybody that's in here. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that supported over the last couple of days, man. You guys have really made a difference. Just know that. Raindrop. That head big enough. Damn, bro. You think my head's that big? I think I got a pretty, relatively like normal size head. All right. Who else is in here? I'm going down. Put that back up for a minute. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Like. You just subscribed. Yo, I've been doing this a long time, bro. Today is the day. I'm just saying, Grow Shack Kev, there he is right there. All right. Let's go. Shout out to Grow Shack Kev. Shout out to Papa. Oh, by the way, since I see you in here, Oski, that's the guy right there. It's Papa popping beans. Let's go. Where we at? What's up? Put me in, coach. I got some packs. Well, I mean, we could do that on. I decided we're gonna finish up. We might not even finish up Friday, but we will be back Friday night to continue the fundraising for a very special person. You guys already know, Sabrina. So, but we will finish that Friday night. So hold on to those packs. Because I already have somebody that's going to do the giveaway stuff. So we can put those packs up in the auction. We'll do that Friday night, Kev. I appreciate you, bro. Trust me, I really do. We appreciate you. What else do we got? Let me on the wheel. See, that's the problem. I think that we could, you know what? We'll save the wheel for Friday night. I will take the names from the wheel from today. As long as you guys are cool with this, I'll take the names from the wheel today and combine them with the wheel names from Friday, and we'll do giveaways based off that. We'll use the hashtag. This way, like everybody that's in here gets a chance to win. And if you guys are on YouTube and not on Instagram, you know, everybody that's in the room will have a chance to win that way. Whereas if we do a Friday night and we take the wheel and combine names, you guys will still, you know, just saying, right? Sounds good to me. So let me get caught up on the comments right here. My Psych Frog account has been put in prison until the 7th. Got you. Oh, and I can't see, for you guys on Instagram, I cannot see the comments. I have nothing open to see the comments. I'm trying to keep an eye to see when Josh is coming in for him to respond. So if anybody's commenting on Instagram right now, oh, and I will say this, I got a message from Lovin. You know, Vegas, let's go. She's the best. She's actually messaging me right now. Merry freaking holidays. Let's go. I already said I can't wait. But hold on. Let me join in on the Instagram so I can at least see the comments if they're entering there. And I'm sorry, guys, we're waiting on Josh. He's having technical difficulties. Some things are out of my control totally. But you already know. We'll do some giveaways in the meanwhile. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's go. Now I can see over there. Oh, I swipe. All right. Aloha to you, my friend. Anyone know gummy bear buds? I do not know gummy bear buds, but we will get it figured out for you. So we're going to start to send out stuff to everybody. If you guys need any help to track anybody down, I can tell you this first of all, Sean. If you go to my account and you go to the followers on my account and you start to type in gummy bear, most likely they're following me on that account that we're on the live account. It should pop up and it should make it easier for you to find that person. I see you, Jonathan Carter. Let's go. Shout out to big. Yo, why are y'all stuck on the big head? I don't get it. My head is not that big. All right, positive vibes and dank wishes for the community. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Absolutely. 808 is in the room. 808, let me know you're in the room, man. You know, I already talked to Jake. So Jake's going to come on with you from 10 to 11 o'clock. 10 to 11 o'clock. I sent you a link in a group chat that I started on the Dark Star official page. Make sure you go over there. That's the link. I can actually throw the link up here too, and you can just tap on it, to be honest. Here, I'll do that. Well, I might make it where anybody can come in for a little while. Because I think Josh has not Josh hasn't responded yet. He said, I'm having technical difficulties on my end. My camera won't work. I'm going to try and reset it. But he hasn't responded yet. IG is still taking down accounts. Yes. That's why we're here. I would much rather be here than Instagram. We're on Instagram too, but Instagram's Instagram. I was still watching over on IG. Yeah, it's better here. I'm trying to tell all these fools over on Instagram. I'm trying to tell y'all who's over there. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I see who's over there. Let's go. Trying to tell y'all. Let's come over here. Come over here. Watch it on the YouTube. Yeah, Kev. Yeah, I feel like it's better that way. You know, this way we'll auction the packs off. I got Bare Bones. Billy's going to do all the giveaways, and you know, he has a ton of giveaways to do. So we'll get started as soon as I get through these comments. I'll put up a hashtag. You guys know how that'll go. We'll kill some time with giveaways. I mean, it's already almost 8:30. I'm not quite sure. Josh is, listen, Josh is a little bit old. Like Pedro was trying to say that shit last night, right? Josh, legit, he's a little bit old. He's an old hippie. Josh is an old hippie. And maybe, he just can't figure it out. I don't know. I try to make it as easy as possible, to be honest. But, sometimes it takes 2 weeks. Sometimes the first week people can't figure it out. I make sure they figure it out the second week. So it's cool. If we have to kill some time with giveaways, we'll kill some time with giveaways. We have Ade and Cann Research going to come on. at 9 Eastern. And then we have 808 and 808, 10 to 11. And in-house is going to just be that person that jumps in when he wants to jump in. So in-house will probably jump through here too. So we'll have a good night. I mean, I would have liked Josh to have been here, but he's still got a half hour. We'll figure it out. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Brian Austin, let's go. Sebastian. Wait, is that you, 808? You're Sebastian Sparrowhawk? Let's go. Is that you? Is that 808, Sebastian Sparrowhawk? All right, let's go. I like the name, bro. I didn't know. You know, how could I know? We'll just call you SS. SS. Irie Grow Chronicles. Greetings, my friend. Greetings. Good day, Gromies. Good day back at you. Wait, you must be from Aussie. You must be an Aussie. I feel like Aussies like to say G-Day. Good day. Good day. All right, blowing trees. Let's go. Jonathan Carter says I have a bobblehead. Hell no, I have a good head. Shah, Irie, let's go. Join the Ducks. I'm just saying, right? I know where you're going with that whole join the dark side thing. I know where you're going with that. Yeah. That's sort of funny, actually. Yo, Wheezy in the house. Let's go. Wheezy's starting to come back around again, guys. Skunk Rose. B. Delaney. There's Carter. Carter made it over. He made it over. All the cool people. Hey, everybody on Instagram, read what I just put up there. Watch, about to the delay is about to pop up. Bam, bam. You see what that says right there? I see you all. What you see? I see you, 808. I see you, bro. I see you. I see everybody. I see Marv. I see Sabrina over there on the Instagram. She might be in here too, though. Aloha Serve Dally, Marv, Rogaroo Genetics, KK Farms, Feather, Jorze. I'm not sure how to say your name, but something like that. Cann of Happiness, Perps Nerd, and that damn Canadian, the damn Canuck, the true dope guy, eh? Yeah, I'll hang it over there on Instagram. You know, you come over to the YouTube and chill. Josh, yo, I'm just saying, bro. Josh is fully on dial. Wait, he just saw it. It says he just saw my message, so I think we're gonna have a response. We will have an answer here within the next minute or two, I believe, from Josh. Let's see. I mean, yeah, come over to YouTube. Don in the motherfucker. Don in the house. Let's go. No, come over to the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. Come over to the YouTube. I see there's a bunch of people hanging out on Instagram. It's cool. But we got 65 people over here on YouTube. You know, bring everybody together. We'll have about 100 people over here chilling. You know, we're going to have a good night. Let's go. Legendary Genetics on both. Oh, that's the homie right there. That's who I talked to today. So, yeah, Legendary Genetics. I'm just waiting on Josh, man. You know, we do have technical difficulties sometimes. It is live, so there's no editing. You know, we do it fully organic. I do not have any questions, pre-thought questions for anybody. So I'm speaking straight to Legendary because Legendary Genetics is somebody that reached out to me today, and he most likely will be on with me within the next week or two. You know, and I wanted him to see exactly how it goes. So, but usually, you know, the guests, we have everything. At least we have the guests in here, and we would have got started. I would have had Josh in here, but doing something live, it happens. You know, shit happens, and we figure it out. We run with it. You know, we make the best of it. It's all good. We are the elite. Let's go. I think IG is going to lose our community. We can keep building your name or brand and then have IG shut your account down for whatever is up their ass that day. Facts, you know, facts. I really believe that. You're under BRY 4200. Let's go. Papa's trying to wave at you, Jonathan. I told you. Jonathan, listen, he's going to be calling you like Sparkle soon too, bro. You watch out for this guy right here. You watch out for him. I'm telling you, Jonathan. I'm telling you, watch out for this guy. Let's go. Same here. I struggle with all the high-tech stuff. Dragon with matches. Oh, you was dead. He throwing out a Grateful Deadline. Let's go. Hey, you see the spear? Hey, we going to the spear, baby. We going back to the spear. We going back to Vegas. Yo, I'm stoked. I'm excited. I actually cannot wait. It couldn't come any quicker, and I just found out about it today. You know what I mean? Like, for real, for real. Cann, let's go. What's up? What's up, my friend? Yeah, old head. Josh is an old head. It says he saw the message. He has not responded yet. I'm just going to assume that he's not going to make it in here tonight, sadly, because at this point, you know, we would only have a half hour with him anyway. We'll go fast. So we're going to do some giveaways. I'm just trying to get through all the comments, and I'll show you guys how we do it. But I'm pretty sure everybody should be cool because I will use that wheel. I promise you guys I'll make use of that wheel. We'll use it Friday night. We'll use it toward the giveaways we're going to do. The fundraiser will continue Friday night. You know, I like to say all jokes aside because, you know, deadly serious. Friday night, we still have some stuff to do. We're going to get back to it. And Friday night, like the last couple of nights, will all be about Sabrina and helping her. That's what it's going to be about. So let's go. Blowing trees. Me turn in the house. Me turn, me turn, me turn. You and Mr. Candyman. I know. Oh, shit. Big love right back at you. Big love from Aussie. Wait. Yeah, Aussie, right? You an Aussie, mate? I thought so. I knew, by the way, you said G-Day. Only Aussies do that, I feel like. That G-Day, like good day. That's like an Aussie thing for sure. And as you can hear, I was schooled a little bit how to say it, you know? I think I say it okay. Aussie, Aussie. I was told, say it like Aussie. Aussie. Some shit like that, right? Yeah, listen, you're going to have to hit me up. I want to make sure that we're on the same page with this because I talked to Sabrina this afternoon, whenever the fuck we have this conversation. And I want to make sure we're on exactly the same page because what she said could be exactly right. And I just want to make sure we're on the same page, man. So you'll hit me up, you hit me up tomorrow and we'll make sure it gets taken care of the correct way. What do you mean you can see the bobblehead? Wait, you remember that I'm from Austria? Big love from Austria. Aussie. Oh, Austria. Australia. No, Australia. Aussie. And Aussie. Oh, look, we got Australia. And then the next one, we got fucking the UK right there. You know, we bringing the community together, man. We bringing the world together. You know, really, that's pretty cool. Oh, and the next person down happens to be from Hawaii. So let's be real. We got Austria, the UK, Hawaii. I wonder, I'm sure that sometimes we have some Germans in here. We have all kinds of people, which is very cool. We got Florida. I'm just pointing it out because I think it's pretty cool that we actually could bring people together from all around the world like this on a Wednesday night. You know, it's really cool. Dan, the 808 posted your hand is brute. Yeah, yo, That is insanity. That 808 shit is wild, bro. I was upset that I tapped on it. I was like, wish I never tapped on it, right? All right, I'm on both. Who was that? Joe? All right, shout out to Joe. Joe wants to see some Capus, wants some ducks. We all got a little more time. Yeah, man, this is where it's at. Look, we got 82 people in here. Let's go. Shout out to everybody, man. We're about to do some giveaways. That's what's up. It's really nice to look up and know there's 82 people looking at me, man. And some of y'all looking at me on like a 50-inch television. It's pretty, yeah, let's go. I'm happy with that. It's pretty cool. I'm going to put that up. Smash that heart button. Let's go. Feather is on both. Papa says smash that heart button. Smash that heart button. Global germination is what it's all about. It's not even 65 anymore. We're at 81 now. So let's go. You know, and I'm about to do some giveaways. Let's go. I'm just saying, you already know, man. You already know. You could see it in the face, right? You can see it in the face. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You could see it in the face. All right, Mike Zook, Hagen Dog. Yo, shout out to this guy right here. You know, huge shout out to Hagen Doggy. This guy right here. Come on, man. What you did last night, I have a lot of love for you right now. I really do. I don't even have words for it because you came through last night like huge, man. You like emptied the vault. You know, you're like, here. No, that's not enough. We're gonna throw some more down on this right here. No, that's not enough. That's not enough. We got to throw this. So, yo, huge shout out to you, bro. Huge shout out to you. You know, I mean, community, family, it's all hand in hand, man. A lot of my brothers out here, you know. Ricky's in the house. Oh yeah, but yep. Shout out to Sabrina, man. You know, the last couple of days, all about her, all about Sabrina, and if that's going to continue, that's totally going to continue. So, the Don, let's go. Dark just mad that's what's my new nickname, fool? What you mean, my new nickname? We need some mushrooms for the spheres. All right, Kauai to Cann. Now I see you, bro. I see you in here now. I don't really want to take away from your time. I would have you come in right now, but I'd rather you be in here with 808. So, you know, I will kill the next 25 minutes with giveaways and reading comments. I'm just trying to get caught up a little bit. I wish they would drop more dates. Maybe I'll get one in yet. Let's go. Dark fly to Hawaii and meet me. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to, but you know, Vegas is like the next big thing at this point. That's it. Yeah. Let's go. What up, Spanish Casey? What up, Scott? Shout out to Sabrina again from Elliot. Let's go. You all good, bro? You good? You good? No, you totally good. All right, looks like, oh, no, we're not caught up yet. Let's see. Instagram is running too many of our friends in the cannabis community. It seems to me IG is a mandate to ruin the community we built. Well, you know, all we can do is keep trying, man. We keep building. We keep coming back. We come back stronger, and that's all we can do. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. What up? Oh, sucking ships in the house. Let's go. Good day. Love from Jersey. Shout out back to Elliot. Raindrop. Hog got him. Hog did get him good. Yo, Hog got him really good. All right. With the wind today, I feel like the North Pole. Supposed to get thumbs on the Great Lakes. Now we go on the weather. You guys can ask me any questions you want to, you know. Just know that you guys have any questions for me, whatever it may be, I'd be happy to respond to them. You guys have any questions about what's been going on in the last couple of days, I'd be happy to respond to them. If you guys have any questions about claiming stuff, you know, where to go, who to talk to, any of those things, man, I'm here. Ask away. We have probably 25 minutes until we get Ade in here. You guys feel free to ask me whatever you want. I have no problem answering it. So let's see. Time to get a flip phone. Time for him to get a flip phone. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I really don't. But he wasn't able to get it, it seems. Big blessings. I'm good. Thank you. Big blessings back at you. Darkstar does keywords on YouTube. I don't even know what that means. Let's go. Who said that? Complexity 8. Everybody put up a star emoji. Let's go. I like that. But we're actually going to go with a hashtag in a second. I'm behind you guys. By the way, I said Australia. I said Australia, mates. Home of the kangaroo. Home of the roo. You know, on the Barbie, the bloomin' onion, Foster's mate. I know. Oh shit. Yo, what's up with this? Yo, don't. I mean, it's all good, bro. But you know, I mean, you pushing it now. You definitely pushing it now. Australia, Austria? Hell no, Austria? Nah. Hey, how's this for Australian? Nar. That's Australian, right? Nar. That's how you guys say no. It's wild. You know, it's like a thing right now. It's a thing. Maine, let's go. Shout out to Maine. You started a trend. Let's get shout out to Sabrina. I'm so far behind, man. I'm trying to get caught up so we can actually do these hashtag giveaways. All right, I'm gonna put that up there. Shout out to everybody. Really, shout out to everybody that's in here right now. You guys actually have made the last couple days as good as it possibly could be in the situation that it's been. You know what I mean? In this as horrible of a situation it's been, you guys have actually came out and the love has been felt, and you know there's hope there. It's just good to know there's people for everybody. Clean my pool. I want to go to the Sphere. Let's go. Me too. You got a timeshare in Vegas? Oh shit! I'll tell you what weekends I need it, bro. I'll tell you what weekend I need the Sphere timeshare, the Vegas timeshare. Keep on trucking. I can give away spores on Saturday. Yo, this is another guy right here. This guy right here is the guy that actually all the freebies we're gonna give out. I'm gonna give out some freebies. They're gonna come from him. I'm good. I'm sort of glad he's in here right now. There's almost 90 people in here, man. You guys just listen to me read your own comments. I fucking appreciate you guys more than you know. It's really cool to see so many people, you know, show up, turn out. Besides the last 4 days, just in general, man, in general, you know, we have built a really good community here. You guys really have my back. I have your guys' back all the time. And it becomes like it's all the same people, you know, an extended family, really people that actually have become really close with. And it's a beautiful thing. Let's go. Howdy. Oh, shit, that's Old World right there. Old World. I got you down for something, my friend. Let's get it. Let's get it. Benny Blanco in the motherfucking house. Let's go. Benny in the house. Everybody's showing up. We got 85 in here right now. It's reversed, so it's like awkward, but we got 85 in here right now. We got a handful. Well, we got a few people on Instagram as well. Alski in the motherfucking houseski. And I'm almost caught up, so let's do this. Nar. Nar. Can we ask anything? Ask away. Sure. Whatever you want to ask, feel free. Feel free. Feel free. that should be up there. You know, let's keep that up there for a minute. Let me see if I can just read some more questions off. I see a bunch of stars. I see a bunch of NARS. Stars and NARS in the comment. The hashtag giveaway I'm going to show you guys in a minute. The Crocs are wicked in Australia. The Crocs are wicked in Australia. Oh, Austria. He put Austria. Much love, Sabrina from Feather. Feather's been around a long time now. Tag and give hash. Good people in this community. Facts. Mary Hashmas coming soon. All right. I am actually caught up. So let's go. So the way that this works right here is really simple. And like I said, this way we can save the wheel. I will make use of the wheel. Everybody that's in the room will be entered into this automatically. So it really works out pretty well anyway. Hold on. I got to pull it up. Here it is right here. Let's see over here. We will do this. And let's do... Oh, I got the perfect hashtag we're going to use. Here we go. Couldn't be any more appropriate in my fucking opinion. This is exactly what we're going to use. Bam. Okay, let me share the screen. Man, you guys are in my head, right? These fools in my head right here. They already knew it was coming up. Don't put it up yet. You're going to have to type it in one more time, but let me get it up. But you guys already knew what was coming. I like that. I like that. Giveaway tools, that right there. And here we go. So that is going to be the hashtag. So you guys put the hashtag in. This actually gets the hashtag out there as well. And we'll sit here for a couple minutes. You guys have to type the hashtag in. That's the way that you guys are going to be chosen. That's the way it works. So there's 89, there's 90 people in here right now. So you guys put that hashtag up. It's an automatic. As long as you put the hashtag up, it's going to pull your names. It's going to put your names into this comment picker, basically. And that's how we're going to get a winner. And we will use this until Ade shows up. That's how we're going to do it, you know. And for everybody, okay. For everybody that's over on Instagram still, you guys have to come over if you guys want a chance to win. So what we're going to give away is going to come from Billy. So Bare Bones Billy, he's actually in the room right now. Oh, look, Josh just made it in. But it says the device is not connected. You guys can't see it, but it looks like Josh just entered the room. But yeah, I'm not. It still looks like his connection's bad. Yeah, it looks like his connection's still bad. They will need to connect their microphone before you could add them to the stream. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we just lost them. I can't get it to work on my phone either. All right, we'll figure it out. No worries, bro. Listen, we'll do it next week. What we'll do next week, though, is listen, I got woken up. Luckily, I got woken up tonight right before this live because I never would have fucking woken up in time. Shout out. You know who you are. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for waking me up because there's no way. Anyway, so we will do it next week. We'll do it like you and I will come on and we'll do this. We'll make sure, you know, it's working beforehand and we'll just do it next week. But it's already almost 9 o'clock now. No worries, bro. I was able to entertain the room as well as I was possibly able to for a little while. And we'll do it next week. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for waking me up. I needed it too. I really did. I probably would have slept, man. I would have woke up and would have been like, you know, I would have woke up and been like, yo, what the fuck time is it? So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we just got 100 people in here right now. I mean, what's up? You know, we got 100 people in here. We will have we'll have really the first guest at this point. She will be in here in about 12 minutes ish, 12-ish minutes. And 12-ish minutes. But we'll do a couple more giveaways in the meanwhile. You know, we'll go to the next couple of minutes with the giveaways. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and what I was saying before is if you you guys listen, you guys Grow Shack have okay, I want to make it clear. You guys on Instagram, if you guys put the hashtag up, it's not going to count. I cannot see comments, nor will this app pick up the hashtags or anything from Instagram. So you guys really do have to be in the comments on the YouTube. You go on the YouTube. Listen, if you guys don't like YouTube, you go to Twitch. You know, we're on Twitch as well. We're also on Facebook. So if it's a YouTube thing you guys have an issue with and you just don't want to come on YouTube, go over to Twitch. It's a Dark Star Seed Bank. I think it's Dark Star Genetics on Twitch. Dark Star Genetics Seed Bank on Facebook. YouTube is Dark Star Genetics Seed Bank as well. But I can only see the comments, and this app will only pick up the comments, whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. That's it. So, you know, Legendary Genetics, if you want to come, I'll give you guys a second to come over. Who else is it? Grow Shack Kev, I think you're over here already. Full Circle Farms, if you want to come over to the YouTube, there's a link in my bio. All you got to do is click on the link in the bio. It's going to take you right to the YouTube anyway. You know, I mean, the only reason we're only on Instagram is because, you know, Instagram is, I'm going to call it Instagram home. I know it's a weird thing to say, right? But Instagram sort of is like home in a weird way. I'm trying to move my home over to YouTube so we could be here a lot more often. But it is what it is. You know, I just know there's so many people that look for us over on Instagram. So I'll be on there. But let's go, man. It looks like there's only 3 people left on Instagram. Let's go. Right. See, there you go. See, and when I put up the comments, just so you guys see, as you see right there, I want to point out that right there is on Twitch, right? So you can see the little logo there. So when I pin your guys' comments up here, we know what platform you guys are on. So obviously he's on Twitch, you know, and if I pin Sabrina's comment, which I just saw, I think I just saw it. Like this guy's on Twitch. Oh, I don't even know where it went. But you guys get the point. You know, we can see what platform you're on, but YouTube or Instagram is not connected like that. It's just not. So I don't even know what I just saw. Anyway. Yo, what's up? Look at this guy. I don't even know who you are, bro. I don't even know who you are. You got to be the same person. That's got to be Papa over on Twitch. It's weird. Just saying. All right, let's get a winner. Let's get our first winner right now. Y'all funny as hell, though. You guys are funny. You guys, if nothing else, you guys are pretty fucking funny. Looky, motherfuckers. All right, here. I think everybody's got it in. I'm going to draw. Wait, there's only 72. So some of you guys didn't put a hashtag in. I can see the numbers already. I can see the numbers. So, oh, Addie's in the house. All right, let's spin this right now. I'm going to spin this right now. Addie's going to come up. She thankfully is actually a little bit early, which actually means we can get to it. That's it right there. There you go. We're going to leave that up. That is going to stay on the screen for a little while because that's how we feel. Let me spin this. We're going to go to winner right now, guys. Bam. So you see how it does it? You know, you guys will see your name cycle through. I'll take that off for a second just so you guys can see. But it will cycle through all your names. And JB is the winner. JBZ. JB is the winner. The hashtags, you guys can put that up all night that you want to put that up. I know you guys can put that on your fucking profiles. It's gonna go on mine. I just haven't done it yet. we got to put that everywhere, right? Fuck cancer, hashtag fuck cancer. That should be everywhere. It just should. So is JB here though? JB and Addie, you can hear me, right? Okay. Let me just get this winner and then I'm gonna pull you up here. JB, let me know you're here. I haven't seen you yet. All right, we're going to give JB about 10 seconds, and then if he's not here, I'm just going to spin it right back. So all those will still count towards it. There he is right there. All right. JB, I don't know, obviously I don't know who you are because I don't know your screen name. Are you on Instagram? If you're on, actually, you could actually get with, JB, hit me up. Let me know if you're on Instagram or not. I'm going to assume you probably are. If you're not on Instagram, I will give you an email address, and you could just email me at that address, and we'll get you taken care of. Yeah, no, I see him now. I just want to make sure that he's able to DM me on Instagram. That's all. My ex-wife is dealing with that crap cancer. I'm helping raise her boys while gets help away. Well, our prayers are with you, BRY42. Everybody in here, 110 people, man, our prayers are with you right now. Our prayers are with you, my friend. So, yeah, are you on Instagram, JB, though? Oh, no. Are you a Canadian? Oh, no. Is that Beekeeper? Oh, no. Is that Beekeeper? Wait. All right, well, hit me up on Instagram, bro. Hit me up on Instagram. I think you're not Beekeeper, but you said A like you might be a Canadian. I don't fucking know. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. It doesn't even matter at this point. You're the winner. And we will do some more giveaways through the night. But it's time for Addie to come on. And I'm gonna bring her up here right now. Oh shit, let's go. I see NC in the house. I see you, fool. Wait, I'm looking for a comment. I want to pin something back up there. Give me one sec. Where's it at? All right, we're going to leave hers up there because I think that should be up there. Let me take this off the screen. Bam. You ready? Let's go.
How are you doing?
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I just ran through the door.
Okay, make this a little bit lower now. Welcome.
How are you?
So, I don't know where you want me to start exactly. And I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit.
I mean, I want you to start at the beginning. Can you just start at the beginning? That would be a good place to start.
Yeah.
No, so, I think we should start with, well, first of all, okay, I think we should always start with you introducing yourself and let them know who you are. So let's start there. And, I do want everybody to know. Well, I'll let her speak first. Damn, I hear that feedback a little bit.
What about now?
All right. I think that's better. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
So I'm Ade. I'm a geneticist. I work with plant tissue cultures as well as testing for pathogens and preservation of genetics. So I went to school for it, and then I just kind of fell in love with it.
I'm just trying to go through. I'm trying to get the end of the comments to make sure the new ones that come in I can see. Hold on. Here's a culture that's good. I'm not Canadian. Damn, why is everybody with the everybody in on me with the sparkles? Even NC? That's weird, bro. That's weird. Very weird. Sparkles acts like you don't know me. Shut up, man. What you mean you my boy? Shut up, bro. Yo. I think NC needs the recognition, man. I think he just wants to feel the love, and I get it. It's cool. You know what I mean? I get it, bro. It's all good. Love my love, bro. You my homie. I love you, bro. Do you feel better now? All right, so back on task. So okay, so I've had Addie on before with me, guys. She does tissue culture. She does male female, sex testing. She does viroid testing. So I feel like this is the best opportunity you guys are going to have right now to ask any questions about any of those three topics that you guys would like to ask. It could be from the simplest question to like, a more difficult question. But anybody that's interested in tissue culture at all, maybe doesn't know really exactly what it is, how it's done, storage, whatever the case may be, like whatever your guys' questions are, this is going to be the perfect person to ask these questions to. Okay. Also, like I do, yeah, like the sex testing, I will pin your guys' questions. So, get all the questions you guys can and put them in there. I will go from like me turn, I'll stop it right there, and I'll make sure his the first question. You understand? So, we'll go from the oldest question to the newest question. Any questions you guys have, feel free to ask away. Yeah, I mean, she does Mary Stem, like she does all these things where she's okay. Like originally, I'll tell you guys this. We were originally, when I first brought her on, we were gonna try to it was either donate, auction, whatever the case may be, like a class, a tissue culture class, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give you guys an idea how much knowledge she has on tissue culture and really how intelligent she is when it comes to this, to be honest. So, I myself, I'm like, I know some things, but I can't really explain them as much as I know them. She's going to be able to break this shit down for y'all and really give you guys some good answers. All right. That's the best way I can say it. So here, I'm going to go from questions. And you know me, I'll always come out with my own shit as we go too. Because I just, I'm always letting these guys know I'm always learning as well. For me, it's the most amazing thing to be able to have people like you come through and actually call you a friend as well, of course, to have you as a friend, be able to come to you and ask you questions and be able to learn myself as everybody else is learning. So,
Yeah.
But first question is, how early can you sex test?
So I haven't finished reading the literature because I haven't done that yet. Right now, what I'm working with more than anything is pathogens, not just viroids, but like Fusarium and Pythium, because it's quite frequent here on the West Coast. So anything that's like a West Coast thing, I'm studying right now so I can learn how to rejuvenate these plants. So I haven't really started sexing yet, but after I clean up these materials, we will be starting breeding, and then I will start the sexing. We're trying to do it in seed, as well as actual like material, plant material.
Okay, so I'm going to pause you right there. So you are trying to be able to determine sex from seed now.
Yeah.
So don't even need to pop the seeds. This is where we're going with this.
Yeah. So I'm constantly studying and learning, and every paper I can get that has a plant that has the similarities to cannabis, I'm applying the same protocol with a little different twist to it, and I've been getting a lot of results from it back. Because if you can find a crop similar to what you're working on, you just apply the methods because the plant's pretty similar. It's like
How
within the same.
how is that done? Like, how are you able to pull? What are you pulling from a seed that you're able to test? First of all, I mean, okay. Well, let me say this. I believe this might have been the thing that we talked about that you might have. Is this what you were going to do the paper on? Is that what this was about?
No, so the paper is on my in vitro.
Okay.
Like
I just don't want to
color.
I don't want to put stuff out there that maybe somebody else is in the process of trying to do, and So
So
if we could,
I'll
if,
talk about it enough where I don't give a lot away, because
okay,
I'm almost done with the paper. I have 7 plants that are about to be bred, and then it's just gonna go from there. And I'm gonna apply that process to sexing the seed to our seeds. So before they go out, they'll be completely pathogen free, with the whole background on the genetics as well as the sex of the seed.
It's just crazy. Like, it's so interesting to me to think that we might be at a point where you're able to know from a seed what sex is going to be. It's just wild. Do you think that temperature determines sex at all? Like, I always bring up like the sea turtles, right? And I've had conversations with this about with like 808, you know, less scientific people that are just like assuming stuff. But in nature, we do find that temperature can determine sex. So I was just curious if you have found that at all, if that's even something that you ever really, you know, contemplated, thought about, tested for, or that you know of any like definite testing that's been done to prove one way or the other.
So the only thing I've seen about temperature is it affects the protein and the fiber in hemp or cannabis, but other than that, it doesn't. I haven't read anything yet, and I have like over, I think, 4 or 5 thousand papers on my Google Scholar that I go through, and I've been reading the last couple 3 months.
Okay.
So, but
Do you
I
know,
haven't seen anything yet.
has there been any testing done like that? Just like for like that you know of? I don't know. I've been just
No.
curious about that, you know?
So right now, the leading people that are doing testing are in the UK, and then Canada second. So I've been reading all their papers like a lot, trying to see what they're doing there. But I haven't seen anything yet. It'd be a really good one to test to see, because especially with the way the weather drastically changes from year to year, it'd be good to know if it's affecting. Because if it affects regular plants, it's gonna affect, Canada. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of
I always found it interesting because, you know, there's people that are like, no, that's impossible. And I'm like, if it happens in nature at all, it can happen in nature. And I know for a fact it determines sex with sea turtles, you know, because I mean, I live in Florida, like that was just something that we always, you know, it just
yeah.
does. So all right, anyway, then let me get back on the we just you gotta bear with me one sec because we'll go on and off Instagram because Instagram only gives me 1 hour lives. And obviously we started a little bit early.
Yeah.
Let me get this back. Let me get us back on Instagram real quick. Not that even, you know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna put us back on Instagram just because I said we'd be on there.
Okay.
But I also feel like
I was looking at a few schools in the UK and Canada. Even Mexico has a really good bioengineering program for cannabis.
here, let me just throw up a question while I'm doing this real quick, so it doesn't take away from anything. Okay, so I do know this though. When you ask how early can you sex test, I'll tell you this, me turn. You could sex test at this big. When you have the first set of leaves, like as timing wise, I don't know when it comes down to time. I think it depends, but I can definitely tell you as soon as your plant's that big, bro, and you have one set of leaves, you can take a clipping off that first set of leaves, and you will know. So we'll say within 2 weeks, within 2 weeks, a week to 2 weeks after breaking soil or whatever your medium is, you can test at that point. So very fucking early, very early. That I could tell you. Quick question. All right, I'll let you do this while I get us back on the Instagram. Here, bam. You can see the questions up there, right?
Yeah. So every are you talking about just the agar or the medium itself? Hold on, let me put my gloves on 1 second. The medium, if you're talking about the medium itself, it depends on what it is that I'm trying to achieve in that sample itself. I have samples right now that are completely. I'm trying to push it to evolve to fucking be more resistant to pathogens. So, let me see. How do I turn this thing around? Oh, there it goes. All right. My bad. So this is like the intro medium, and it pretty much just has basic nutrients in it. It just has just regular agar and no, that's not the MS. And then it has the MS with salt in it and sugar. You're supposed to have a certain amount of sugar in your medium, but these mediums here are for multiplication as well as making the shoot and root all grow. And then these ones here are to promote shoot and like the branches so it can start to come out. But I do this one at the end just in case there's a pathogen. It'll push it to express a lot quicker here. This one has ppm, and I've noticed with ppm it kind of slows down the expression of any kind of like pathogen. So the 1A for me, it lets it present itself right away, and that helps me figure out what I'm gonna do with that sample. So it
All right,
just
let's
depends
go.
on which one.
All right, so then we have there's a lot of questions. I'll try to go through them sort of quick. How does tissue culture come into play when trying to pop really old beans? Have you found? I mean, that's well, you know what? This is your time right here. I'm gonna let you answer these questions.
So I actually have seeds that I've been working on. I haven't done them recently because it's kind of hard. I'm the only person here and I have about 35 projects going on at the same time, but I have seeds, and you take the seeds and you remove the embryo, and it's a certain process that you use. But some seeds just can't. And I'm trying to find a way to go around that because it's just a signal that's missing, that's probably not being triggered, because according to what I've read, it's just a signal. That's what causes germination, is by something being signaled and turned on. So I'm trying to find a way to maybe like hot wire it.
Okay. I'm still wondering on the seeds. Wait, we'll get to that. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. I'm just so curious where are you testing the seed to be able to know, are you pulling out like is there like how is that done?
So every seed that you have, it's like what I've been looking at, especially with the in vitro pollination. I'm just gonna say pollination. When I
Okay.
pollinate it in vitro, what I've
Right.
noticed is some of the pollen will be accepted into the ovary or
Right.
ovule versus other ones. And so I feel like once it starts to grow, here I'll show you. So I have some of my in vitro seeds. They're actually getting really big. I'm kind of really proud. Last time they didn't get this big. Um,
Here, let me take that off for a minute.
Let me see. I don't want to open it, but these are seeds that I completely grown within a petri dish. They've been in here since I can't even see. These have been in here since August, and
So
their max is genetics that I've been working with.
so those are purely grown in the petri dish. That's that. So you know the sex of these already?
No, I'm waiting till they get bigger and the embryos finish growing. The embryo's not complete yet, and so I need that embryo to be complete so that because every embryo has a piece of the leaf there. If you look
Okay.
at any diagram of the seeds, you'll see it. The first true leaves, as long as there's a cell there, then it could be done, and you don't have to crack the whole seed open. But there there could be a way to do it. That's what I've been trying to figure, but I'm trying to get this to grow. These have been growing straight the whole time inside this petri dish. I think I've moved them like 5 times.
Very cool. Very cool. We'll revisit this down the road for sure. I'm very curious about that. Like it would save so much time. Like that would be like the next big. That'd be the
Well,
biggest thing since sliced bread.
imagine breeding like this instead of like having 15 or 20 plants, you have to worry about pathogens. You have to worry about like what happens if you have to go somewhere and you're not able to feed your plants, and then you lost that breeding project. Yeah. So if you were to be able to put your stuff in a petri dish like this, and you know your genetics are clean because they've been tested and everything, then you pollinate them in here and grow them in here, and it also reduces the degradation, like it degrading the seed. The embryo won't
Right.
degrade as quickly. So
So
then,
you're pollinating in the seed itself, like how, like
so because I have to clean up the material, and that's the hardest part,
right,
because the pressure outside of the cell and the pressure inside of the cell, as well as the pollen itself, I have to be careful of the pressure inside the cell and the pressure outside of the cell. So I've I've found a way that, because before when I first did it, I pollinated the plant, like the actual plant, and
right.
then let it sit for a few days and do its thing. But this time there's something else that I did. I can't really say, but I don't have to use a plant anymore at all. So I just remove the pieces and then go from there.
So this is on a cellular, like a molecular, well, cellular level.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fucking badass. Let's go. That's
I'm
all I'm
trying to
saying. All
I'm
right.
trying to do it where it's like it's so anybody can buy a microscope like this one, where is it at? That one there, and they can do it themselves, and the agar is not that expensive, so allow for people that are breeding in all kinds of different economical backgrounds that they could be able to
Right.
afford this, and they can store their stuff, especially people who have illnesses and this is like their medicine for the next year. So I want to make
100%.
sure that everybody has access to this. So by finding this way, it'd be a lot easier for people, especially, if they're not in places where they can't, because you can't smell this.
Right. Yo, I'm blown away. Like I had no, really, this is the best conversation I've had in a while because I had no clue. I mean, we might have talked about this a little bit, but I like to really understand and know that this is where this is like the next, like the next best thing since sliced bread. I don't know how else to say it. Like the evolution is just wild. Like to
I'm,
not have to fucking have all these plants and you could do breeding like that, and wow,
yeah,
that is
so
amazing.
the producer I'm working with right now, she has been watching this and she's so proud of this project.
No
So I'm gonna
shit.
be taking her
Like,
crosses
bro,
this year and doing them for her.
this is like, yeah, I mean, I see like huge implications throughout the whole cannabis community from this. Like this
Yeah.
is definitely like a huge thing.
Like you
Yeah,
can put at least like 10 seeds, 15 seeds in here and send them out. And the person, they by the time they get it, they would just be, this has been sitting like this for since October. I mean, yeah, October, and it's been only moved twice. And it's not
right.
that you don't have to really have a lot of knowledge on how to do it.
All right. Okay. All right. We're gonna, obviously that could be that's a whole fucking hour right there, guys. No doubt. And I don't even see the comments because they're so far back. I'm gonna start. We'll get to some of these comments. Let me see if we get through them sort of quick because I know you guys have all kinds of questions about what we just talked about. But I'm way back on the comments, so let's just see how quick we go through these and get to the bottom, and then we'll. Because I have you for a little while. I know Max is gonna come in. I'm in no hurry at all tonight. I don't know how much time you have. But the next guest, I haven't even. We'll see. Anyway, what chromosomes or how does the I don't okay? How does the nanner trait pass or be eliminated? I don't think that's
I- I'm not even sure. I haven't right now. I don't have the machinery to work solely with genetics or CRISPR. Um, I eventually want to hustle up that money for that and an electron microscope, because I just got a quote today. They told me it was like 30 G's for this microscope. So, but I could take really good pictures of everything cellularly. So
yeah. I'm pretty sure like that's just I mean these are annual plants. They're gonna try to reproduce. They're gonna try to continue their lines basically. I think that the nanner thing is bad. Bad selections, bad, there's things when you're doing breeding that you could do more things in breeding to prevent that than maybe like some kind of fix it or something like that. So, you know, I think that's more a breeding thing than anything else. And but it's always going to happen. You know, it's going to happen because it's just going to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, does tissue culture have a half-life, have a half-life, a shelf life?
With TC, you have to maintain it every couple, like depending on the genetics, you have to maintain it every 3 weeks. At least the way I do it. I try not to move them, but the mediums do get old, so I just try and move them into the next step or whatever it is that I'm doing. But yeah, you just have to make sure you take care of it and have perfect room temperature.
I want to point out, I see kind of research actually on Instagram right now. He should be over here on YouTube. I sent you a link. Yo, Max, Dark Star Seed Bank Official. There's a group chat in there. There's a link. So, or you can go to the YouTube. I can throw the link up here. You can tap on it. But in order to get into the back, just go over to the Dark Star official _ page. You're going to see a DM I sent over there with the group thing, and you click on that, you come in. But I do want to point out, he said, I don't think they have identified that trait yet with the Herms. And he said, 100% don't breed with Herm genetics, you know?
No.
So, and he's, you know, he's going to come in here tonight as well. We'll have kind of research in here, but I really feel like what I said is exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, so how practical would it be for a simple Hojo grower to start tissue culture?
It's not too hard. I would suggest like getting good plant growth hormones to work with. Don't get anything off of Amazon. Um, there's a couple products I haven't tried, but for the most part, Amazon is trash for plant growth hormones. But it's not too hard. It just kind of do a little research on what it is that you want to do, and then go ahead and move forward on it.
Okay, is tissue cultures tissue supposed to last virtually forever, right? Like tissue culture itself, with switching with that good, yeah.
Yeah, so there's the storage of genetics, and I know for other crops they store actual plasma. It's just like cells that they store instead of like an actual plant, because if it's some people can store the apical and you just keep moving it through the process, but there's like cryopreservation is kind of one of the things that you can pretty much put it in there forever and then come get it like 200 years from now.
Yeah, as I said earlier, like he said, I said about 2 weeks from, 2 weeks from seed is perfect. Like, and he said that's sex testing. As long as the plant's that big, man, and you got your first set of leaves, you could clip off that first set of leaves, and you could test it that way.
Yeah, I think it's just like a little bitty hole punch about like that big.
In other words, plants if you sex tested this, if you sex test at seed. Oh, I mean, that's a sort of good question, right? All questions are good. But if you sex test that seed, is the plant still viable? I'm gonna let you.
I would think so, because all it would take is like a really thin syringe. I've been kind of messing, so I have all these seeds that I've been experimenting with. So I have plenty of seeds to destroy. But
Oh shit! Let's go.
I've been working with a lot of these seeds here. Oh shit, that's water. I have quite a bit, and these all have. I even have some up here. They get put in cold storage before to kind of like help mess with it, and each one of them gets a different mixture of chemicals that I use to see what happens or what doesn't happen to it.
So I have a flow hood and have done plenty of mycology work. What is my next step to do cannabis work? What type of classes are you offering, and where can I see the prices and descriptions? And this is a homie. This is a good friend of mine right here. So
if you're doing mycology, tissue culture is not that far off. It's not that much of more of a process to do. Okay.
Let's go.
And if you just want to DM me on Instagram, I can let you know all the prices for the classes.
Put a small piece off first true roots, exactly. Is there any correlation to the shape of the seed and the plant? Is there any correlation to the shape of the seed, as some claim? And I think they're referring to sexing.
No,
with the,
fuck no.
there you go. I mean, pretty cut and dry. You know, yeah.
They
I
said
hear
people
people
say,
say
oh,
that
there's
shit too.
a more of a
Yo, those
point
dudes
in
out there, like I can tell by this. Like, no, bro, you can't. Like, you can't just look at a fucking. You can't look at a pregnant woman and be like, it's a boy. You know what I mean? Think about it. Just think about it.
No.
It's kind of like the same thing as those white.
Wait, I gotta. Hey, I'm gonna let you guys. Give me 1 sec, man. I gotta mute my.
How do I turn the camera around on here, Ade?
On the bottom of the screen, there's like 3 little dots.
Mine doesn't. Oh yeah, I see it. And then what do I press?
Sitting in the lap.
Well, I could show it like this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to experiment right now.
Very cool.
Trying to see if I could get the agar just to freaking get to like around 200 on the hot plate and see if I could just sterilize it and spin it from the hot plate, because I'm just trying to start seeds in agar.
Yeah.
I think it'll work. It dissolved at a way lower temperature than I thought. Like, it was supposed to dissolve at like 180 and it already dissolved at like 140. And then I need to just get up past 165 to kill bacteria.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it get up to like 185, run it for maybe like 20 minutes, and then I'll let it cool down. And then I'm gonna pour it into these little test tubes.
Oh yeah.
Nice half guard. Okay. Okay, but there's. I think they're talking in the comments.
How long do you microwave your agar for, Ade?
It depends on the volume of the agar. If
Like how about like 1,000 milliliters? Like
so, 1,000 milliliters.
Or 1 liter would be a better way to put it.
For you said 1 liter.
Yeah.
So I usually just do, because my microwave is not that big.
Mine's about it's the same.
Yeah, I put it in there for
I
5
think mine actually is the same one.
It's like 10 or 15 minutes, but I just pretty much watch it until I see it boil. And once it's reached completely boiling, I bring it out and then I just pour everything.
So that's it. You're just waiting for the boiling point, essentially. You don't think that? Are you using the microwaves itself as another sterilization, or is it just that happens to be your heating method?
So I sterilize the my agar, and then I just put the MS in because I buy it sterilized already, and I just put it into the microwave. That's what we did on campus when we made agar. That's all we did.
Yeah.
We just put it in the microwave because it's only used for it, and we wipe it down all the time.
So you're just using the autoclave to sterilize your tools, your plates, and that's about it.
And the agar, yeah.
You do.
Well, that and like these papers here, they're what I use to put the TC on when I pull it out of the water, and then I sterilize my lids.
What are those papers? I've been just using paper plates. I'll put the paper plates in the autoclave and then just wait for them to kind of dry out.
So they're Kimtech.
Okay.
Yeah, they're my favorite. They pretty much take all any fluid on it, both organic and normal, and without leaving trace of any substance behind.
We have the same question. I figured because Max is in here too. I'm gonna let you answer. I know you answered it sort of on the Instagram, but I feel like let's have you answer this question. Can you remove nanotrait from the gene pool? Why does the nanotrait exist? Is it like an XXY mutation or something?
I don't know if that's a mutation. They say that cannabis started off as a plant that was able to pollinate itself. So the genes probably come from those set of genes where it was initially a plant that had male and female primordia, and then it pollinated itself. People selected and diverged them into a female and a male that's just individual. It's monoecious versus dioecious. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
All right, here's for how expensive would it be to store a library of genetics in cryogenetics?
So just the machine, the room, if you were gonna build it yourself and store it there, it would be at least $200,000 to get started, because the chemicals alone and the process, like the chemicals for the process, are pretty pricey.
Let's see. Try to reverse femces with temperatures. If you get males. All right, he's back on. He's on the temperature thing too. We were talking about. Let me see. How long is tissue culture good after taken, or how long can it be saved max for? I think we talked about this a little bit already, but it might be somebody that just came in. So
I've had plants from like the beginning of the year that I just keep moving, and once it gets big and it flowers, then I just cut it and make it re-veg again and just start the process all over again.
So basically, as long as for years upon years upon years, at minimum, right? So this is my friend. He said he has definitely seen temp effect sex in cannabis seedlings. We have had vast differences in number of males versus females and large seedling plantings of hemp, i.e., 20,000 plus seedlings in the field. So. Shouldn't the sex? Okay, so shouldn't the sex of the seed be predetermined by the DNA?
Yeah, supposedly, but then also the plants have like a small weak period where they're like indifferentiated, like they're not male or female. They could kind of go either way depending on certain environmental factors.
Let's go. Oh shit. Agar is seaweed.
No.
No. That's what right. I didn't know. Right? No.
There's different kinds of agar, but it's
not seaweed.
No.
Okay. Science rules. Let's go. Full circle. Let's go venom. All right, cannabis.
Oh, if we're talking about seaweed, shout out the homie Mike Hydro. Just dropped his seaweed tissue culture product for propagation, seedlings. Go check him out, Mike Hydro. He's the homie. Super seed.
Yeah, I think testing needs to be done. We'll still talk about the temperature, like whether temperature can affect whether you have a female or male. Like in nature, it happens. But I see one person saying they've seen it.
There's a set of things that people have written in books and talked about for years where it's like high nitrogen, temperature, all those different things, the spectrum of the light, blue versus red, those all have slight effects on like the ratio of male to female. And you could look it all up, it's like, it's been pretty studied pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be some, so that makes sense. What about the program though, Cornell or the school in Logan, Utah? They both have genetics. Are they worth anything?
I was looking at Cornell, but they're very pricey. But they're like the leading genetics.
Everything's backwards, so it's like, what up, Spooky? Let's go. In the old days, just outgrow HLBD. So we could, I haven't heard you guys ask any questions yet about HLBD. She does, obviously I said those questions you guys could ask all you want. And now we have kind of research in here too. So
I don't think
between
that
both
they
of
were.
those guys.
I don't think they were really outgrowing it, as much as seeing plants that were not really showing symptoms. They're asymptomatic plants where it's probably still infected, but like they might be getting good, okay bud, and the plants are
I
growing.
mean, that
okay.
sounds sort of like the meristem too, right? Like that's how you would clean a clone.
That's how you would clean it. You can't like outgrow it and outclone it and get away from it there, because the reason the meristem works is because it's not connected to the rest of the vascular tissue. It's like slightly separated. But a clone, it's always going to have some kind of fluid that's flowing through that could be positive for HLVD. Even if it's not showing, those are the most problematic plants, is asymptomatic plants that don't show signs, but you're cutting and throwing it in an aero cloner, and then now you just infected everything else, and those are going to dud out, and you're going to be like, oh well, this other plant looks fine, so I don't think it came from there. That's why you got to test in a lot of cases.
So I actually have a sample that I tested, and it has the hop latent vibroid as well as Pythium, and it was doing just fine. It was beautiful, and it started to mature, and it started to express. So it was positive for both of these, and
Oh, wait. Oh, my bad. I fucked up. Hold on. Damn. I meant to hit that.
yeah, and you can see all on the bottom.
Yeah.
So when it has one pathogen, it makes room for another one, and it starts to break it down.
And the pathogen has more of an affinity for the agar. Like it has a bunch of stuff in the agar that kind of bacteria or fungus wants, so it wants to come out and go into there.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking to Meristem Genetics about that, and he was saying essentially like you could do that, and then like it's gonna come out, and then you could cut it again from the top, put it in some fresh agar, and he said eventually it'll more or less want to all come out, and you could clean up those kind of.
So I have a couple of them that actually have like this one here has the April block taken like 3 times, and it's completely clean. But this one's just shot out, like, no matter what. But I've taken these Aprils, I think like 4 generations is what I consider it.
What are you sealing your vials with? Is that just paper tape?
So each depends on what it is. Like this is my 1B medium. This is like the second step. And then these ones are the first step. I usually put the plant back and forth to kind of express whatever, so I can take the pieces from it. But all of this has agar. Each one of them are all agar, just different concentrations of what it is I put in.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the questions right now. What's the chemical? Okay. What's the chemical in that optic switch that's supposed to keep plants? Oh, okay. We don't. Okay. Anyway, that's probably the chat. Some of the corner.
What is optic switch? I've never heard of that. Is that one of those ones that's supposed to prevent herms or something?
I mean, that's what it says. I've never heard of it, so
oh, okay. I didn't read the bottom. Yeah, if that's what it is, then it's some kind of plant growth hormone that maybe like stops the male type of hormone. I don't know. That's the only thing I could assume is something that's blocking the male hormone expression, like the opposite of an ethylene blocker.
So this is probably where we were speaking about the seeds, and petri dish, that whole thing. I think I just finally caught up to that whole conversation with the questions. So why do they grow so slow in that dish? So sorry guys, I wanted to make sure we had the conversation, then we get to the questions. So
it's taking a little bit longer because I had to get the medium down, and because it's an experiment. With any experiment, especially when you're doing it for the first time, I'm having to come up with everything on my own. I have like 2 notebooks full of math that I had to do to make sure that the pressure of the agar didn't like affect or cause mutations when the seeds were growing. So that first one here, that seed there, is a lot older than these two, but because I kept this one and the first medium that I created is stunted the growth. These ones have grown, I think, over the last 3 or 4 weeks immensely, and it's just because of new agar. But it's when you're doing an experiment and you're trying to figure something out, it's kind of hard because I have no one to ask. It's just kind of me. So I'm trying to figure out how to limit the plant's production
Okay.
of seed.
Wouldn't you get a tiny amount of seeds if you do it that way? I think one step at a time, though. But like
So once I have the medium completely, where it completely 100% mimics the plant and allows for the production of the seed to happen, and maybe a little bit faster without mutation, both in embryo or coat, then the seeds will actually grow normally. But for right now, this is like it's still a process.
all right, hey, Vegan, I'll respond. Come to the YouTube though. I have to look down and see anything on the on Instagram. So we are on Instagram.
Someone was asking about tissue culture and seeds, like if not actually growing seeds in tissue culture, but like what would you do with the seed in tissue culture? Embryo rescue. That's one of the kind of valuable things that you could do with TC and a seed. Any of the older seeds that are hard to germ, you could sprout them in TC with your PGRs and have a lot better success. I have Meristem Genetics going to go ahead and try to save the last of the In the Pines beans that I have, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited about those. And he gave me a super good deal, so like I couldn't turn it down. It was like he said essentially like $250, and he'll try to fucking revive 100 seeds if it's successful.
That's really cool.
And he's been doing it for a while, so like that's a batch of seeds I'd rather not experiment with because I only have 10 left.
Yeah. So at first I was pollinating on the plant. It's just regularly, but now I'm removing well, I can't really say, but I'm removing pieces and doing everything inside the petri dish. When I first do it though, I've learned that I cannot have it in agar anymore. It has to be NS solution that's friendly for the cells. But it's all done just in the petri dish.
Yeah, I agree. You got to patent that shit.
Yeah. Thanks to Max, he gave me the idea.
I mean, it's crazy. This is what we were talking about before you came in. I think that's wild, bro. To be able to pollinate, to be able to do all that in a petri dish is insane. It's wild. Is there a way? There's ways to make different strains by gene splicing. I think it's just a comment.
I'm not really into any gene editing modifications. Like I feel like we have so much potential with the traditional breeding methods that we can almost create any smell, any look. And I mean, I'll probably be the type of breeder that intentionally tries to breed to compete against the people that are GMOing and using CRISPR to modify stuff just as a challenge, to keep up.
So I actually been studying CRISPR very heavily for like 5 years now. Once I have the opportunity, I do want to sit and maybe experiment with it a little bit just to kind of see what I can do.
Well,
and everything else.
Once they identify more genes, like once they find the gene that's responsible for like resistance to PM or like resistance maybe against being hermaphrodite, that would be cool to bring something like that in there. And it's probably not too hard,
Yeah.
So where do you guys see this going within the next 5 to 10 years, optimistically? this technology in itself?
I think it's going to get more available for more people. Like
Yeah.
if we're just talking about tissue culture, unless you're talking about the seed thing. If you're talking about her seeds forming, I think that has like endless potential. There's a lot of gene modifications that could go on during that period of time of embryo development is like pretty crucial. Like if you wanted to modify something, I mean, tissue culture is a pretty good way to do it. And that's where you're going to start if you're going to modify, if you're going to make polyploids or whatever.
They think that you need your own channel. Just so you know.
She does.
I have a channel on YouTube. I just barely started it like
Oh,
a couple months ago. I've been trying to post on there as much as I can. But I've been trying so that I want to get those glasses that I can kind of record so everyone can see what it is that I'm doing so that people can start to begin to implement this more at home.
let's go. So what's your channel? Let them know.
I think it's like Ade The Geneticist, something. I have to look. I'm not even sure.
Wait, is it Ade or Ade?
Oh, well, in Michigan they call me Ade. Here in Oregon they call me Addie. It's my real name's actually Adriana, but I don't know. That's what they call me because I hate when people mess up my name and call me Andrea.
Adrian. I don't know. The Philly thing, I had to do it. So
it just depends on what side of the country I'm on, and that's what they call me.
well, I like Addie. I don't know. We had this conversation like day one, and you just said Aid or whatever you just said. I don't know. To me, it's just Addie now. So I'm gonna stick with Addie. I like Addie. All right. So the seed stores, the genetics. Anyways, what's the benefit of agar germination over traditional?
So I feel like in agar you save on resources, as well as you reduce the amount of pathogen exposure you have, or even
it's definitely more sterile.
yeah, very much so.
So that's why they do it with the older embryos, because the older embryos, like, as soon as they crack, if they don't have enough energy to go through in a sterile environment with the extra PGRs, it's like a safe environment for them to, a little sensitive plant to grow,
That makes perfect sense. What's your favorite part of being a geneticist? A geneticist. He said geneticist.
I like to tinker with things since I was little, and I don't know. I just look at plants way differently than I ever have in my life because I just see codes when I look at the plants. I don't just see.
Let's go, Max. I think this one's for you.
Yeah, I am.
There you go. You got your answer. Cactus. Let's see.
Who's asking? That's a better question.
I don't know. Cactus was the name, so I don't know. I have no idea. There have been tons of studies, genetics for agriculture. Is there a plant that has been studied that is similar to cannabis? Close enough to learn from. There's hops. I can answer that right off the rip. So hops would be that plant. And that's where that's where the hop latent virus came from. So let's see what else. Do you see large scale seed production in labs in the future?
Definitely. My end goal with this whole seed thing is for my PhD, I'm applying for a NASA school program so I can actually have a hemp seed done like this and sent up to space. Because one of the biggest issues with seeds being sent to space is that radiation affects their germination rates. So if I have this seed and I send it up to space, it takes about 6 months to get there. So by the time it gets there, over time, the seeds will begin to evolve and accept the radiation more. So definitely.
Our petri dishes. I'm not sure if it's a question or if it's just a statement. So I'll just go up there. Oh, in house, in the house. You come in. In house. If you want to come in and join in the conversation, bro, you're more than welcome to too. whenever you want. I sent you the link. Join it anytime you choose. Anytime you see fit, you can jump in. Let's go, Benny. What do you use to? What do you use to sterilize the seed?
Alcohol and a little bit of bleach, like a drop or two.
Damn, I always pressure cook my agar. I never knew you could microwave it. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know that neither. Because when I had learned under a Fresno State professor, and he was doing it for almonds, and we autoclaved everything. Like no matter what it was, everything that needed to be sterilized all went into the autoclave. And then Ade told me about that, and I looked it up, and there's a bunch of research papers that show that they did a bunch of studies, and they're like, oh, household item that can sterilize, these things. Like there's whole research papers based on, they've already done the experiments to figure out that a microwave is just as effective as the autoclave. Like they have all that data. There's plenty of papers on it now. So I read some of those papers and I was like, wow, like it was cool to get that information from you and then to see it on paper.
No doubt.
Just make sure that it's clean, like completely, and I mean like clean, even the back of it, everything, because whatever you pull in from your surroundings is gonna affect what's inside.
Do you use UVC light exposure on tissue cultures?
For the hood. For the
I
hood,
don't-
just to clean the hood. Yeah, she has them all over the lab probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old lab, it had the whole entire thing. Like they're so powerful, it burns parts of the wall. Like you could see when we were, leaving out of the lab, there's like yellow marks that are on the side paneling from the UVC exposure.
So they're given they broke down the agar, I guess. That's what
Agar
they
is-
say.
There's different kinds of agar. There's more than one kind.
Okay, I popped them.
That cell wall is still not seaweed. Like I don't know. Seaweed reminds me of like seaweed extract. Like that's the first thing my mind goes to.
Yeah, he said like gerardarium and Greek. I don't know. I can't. Whatever the hell it is. I have no clue. I'll let you guys handle the big words.
It's just a species of seaweeds, I'm guessing.
So here's good. I popped some seeds from Cann Research and I had 100% germination rate. I even got a twin. Let's go.
Twin, yeah, that's cool. A twin, like was it fused together or was it one seed and two embryos came out?
He said 2 seeds from one plant, so let's see. There's a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get through it. The questions are just coming in strong tonight. I'll tell you that. Different degrees of helpness. Now he's got a lot of questions. Do harpin proteins affect pathogens or prevent them? Harpin proteins.
Not familiar with it.
I could answer it. I mean, I'm going to tell you no. She could answer it, or why. But I know that they can't. They can't determine that. The sex test kits.
I'm sure that would be a big one, when they finally get a primer that could, test for that. Essentially, you need to identify the gene, and then, or substance, whatever it is, and then you have like a little copy of it that, the PCR can read. But someone has to develop those. Are they called primers when you use a PCR? Because, okay. Yeah, when we use HLPC, when we're using the liquid chromatography, we have a standard, essentially, for every last molecule. But they have ones. They have a lot of cool ones now, though. Medicinal Genomics is, coming out with new ones all the time. Yeah.
Will the seeds sprout once mature in the dish?
So I have some of them that they've gotten big, but I cut them open, so I haven't let them get that far because I have to take pictures every so often when they get big. That's why I have these last ones that are growing, but they're all showing embryo complete, like just a full complete embryo.
Rainbow grape pop is fire, dude. I just reversed the red gummy onto one of our best cuts of that. Should be crazy. It should be like a great candy grape gummy bear smell.
So here you go.
I think too on the last person's question is like it's not necessarily going to want to sprout in the medium that she has because she has her PGRs tailored for essentially a mother plant that has babies inside of it. And like when you go to sprout a seed, you're going to have a different set of PGRs. So she could take that seed out of that medium, crack it open, take the embryo out, and put that in a different set of medium, like a roots and shoots type of medium, and then you'll get expansion of the roots, and then the plant will grow into a little plant. That's what I'm waiting to see. I mean, that's going to be really exciting to see the first seed develop and sprout out of that.
It's
cool day.
there. I have a picture. It's so pretty. You can see the whole embryo shape and everything in there. I was so psyched. I'm almost like halfway done with the paper. I'm just trying to get all my data points in there.
If plants talk through chemicals, do you think that could be a contributing factor to the seeds in a certain state? Do you think introducing chemicals would induce the sex? I think, obviously adding PGRs could affect the sex, and there's lots of like talk about how plants kind of can communicate, but I don't know if that would affect the sex, unless there's too many males in the environment, so one female needs to be produced to make seeds. I don't know.
So in everything that I've been doing so far, I haven't grown them out, so I don't know. But everything that's in this Petri medium, I don't really think there's PGRs in there. There's like a few in the first step, but and this
it's like
one
like a DKW or like MS.
I can't say on here.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But it's pretty much, it mimics everything.
It's a nutrient mix.
Yes. There you go.
It's a basal medium.
That's all y'all need to know. Top secret. Plant Science Success. Ade is a beast. Let's go. What's the YouTube channel?
What's your YouTube channel called, Ade?
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. I have no idea.
Is it? Yeah, listen.
I like the AIDS Research Institute logo. It's cool.
Yeah, I think it's Ade. It is. It's Ade the Geneticist.
All right.
So it's Ade _the_geneticist.
I was away for a bit. Who was the guy in the middle? That's who it is. That's who it is, fool. Oh, I didn't mean to call you fool. But no, that's it. Yeah, that's Cann Research. That's Dr. Freak, aka Dr. Freak, right there in the middle. Cann Research in the flesh. For those that didn't know, now you know. That's Max. We call him Dr. Freak around these parts. What else do we got? Let's see. It's not Ade, bro. Yo, you tripping, dude. It's Ade. Whatever. It's Ade to me. It'll always be Ade to me. What are your goals? What are your goals for coming? What are your goals for the coming years, Ade? Raindrop. If you don't like the way I say it, it's cool. I don't care.
I'm gonna be finishing my PhD. I'm only I have a quarter of my credits for my PhD, and then I'll be doctor.
Are you studying gene sequences?
I'm gonna be going to school for genomics, bioinformatics with a minor in biotech. So just pretty much working with DNA.
Okay, what's the stuff called that messes with the cytosine and adenine-based editors. Have you guys messed with any of those yet?
No, I don't mess with DNA like on that level.
So I extract, but there's just buffers that you use or primers that will amplify. Like you have to put. Here, I'll show you. Um,
You guys, here's my knowledge. Here's Ade. Okay. Tissue.
So-
That's why I'm trying to teach people that tissue culture is obtainable for most people if you apply yourselves, you have the money to throw at, the equipment, and can follow basic instructions. It's more like following an SOP when you're doing tissue culture. What she's doing is so complicated. I mean, it goes into coding, it goes into freaking genetics, genomics, chemistry, biology. Like she's touching all bases with what she does.
So this here is what a plate set looks like when I'm after I extract DNA and I put the DNA into this plate. Hold on, let me see if I can show you one of the plates. Don't judge me, but this is what one of the plates looks like.
I'm wondering if I can make your screen where it's the full screen. I'm wondering why your screen is like that. If you turn your phone the other way, would it be the full screen? Or is it just the way it is?
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Okay.
So this is pretty much what it looks like, and there's little dark dots at the bottom. Those dark dots are DNA. And once I extract the DNA, I put it into the machine, and I have to code everything into here. So I have to code the warming up temperatures, and depending on what part of the DNA I'm trying to amplify and multiply, I have to put in the temperature so it can break down those parts of the DNA and amplify it by 1,000,000. And once I do that, it gives me data points. And with these data points, hold on, let me unsend. So let's just say this data point here. It will show me anything of the hop latent viroid and these other viruses. This here, this certain fluorescent here, will show that cannabis is present in the sample. And you can see the cannabis is present in this sample here. So all the fluorescents are being expressed, all the different colors of the molecules that are attached to the proteins. And you can see that the hop latent viroid's not there, the other viroid's not there, and this other virus is not present, but the cannabis is. So this is a negative result here. But
I think, the other one that I just thought of when people were kind of asking about primers is, I think they have one for type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4 cannabis. So you can, actively, go through a batch of seeds after breeding and figure out, is it THC dominant? Is it CBD, CBN? And that's pretty valuable, too, honestly. If you are breeding for CBD or CBN, then that would cut down a lot of time. You could do a mass sprouts and then just PCR, figure out which ones have what you're looking for. Maybe even THCV by now. I don't know.
So if you're trying to extract certain parts of the DNA, you have to actually create your own primer and buffer, and that takes so much time and math. But it is doable. It just kind of makes you cry trying to figure it out. But
yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying, because you're using different equipment. But if you got it from Medicinal Genomics, like their mini PCR or whatever, they have a ton of primers that they've developed that are like those simple ones, like I was saying, type 1, type 2. Your machine is on a whole nother level. These are the primers. Froze up?
I think it might have. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let me put it back up.
That's cool. And that is like HLVD, right? Like technically.
Are those so now can you can hear me still, right? Addie? Are you muted?
I don't know if she knows that she muted.
Oh, she
Okay.
muted.
All right. I can hear you, but these here, this whole box costs about $10,000.
Yeah, the primers are ridiculous.
And
Okay.
like
It's the same
this,
thing with the standards. Like a small standard, there's almost no product in there, but they're extremely expensive.
That's insane. $10,000 for that right there. Wow.
yeah, everything in this fridge is super expensive, but it allows for the
So
the producers can actually know what they're doing before they do it, like if their genetics are clean or not. So
right.
they, especially with the big breeding projects that they have coming up, they want to make sure that everything's completely clean. They don't want to put anything back into the rec market that's dirty.
Right.
So
So I do have a question. Now that we're like months away from the last time we spoke, basically weeks, maybe months. I remember asking you this that day that you got that, and I said, what kind of like results are you getting back percentage wise as to clean, positive tests and negative tests? Like, are you at that point now where you could give some kind of an idea? Because I think it was the first day you got that machine was the last day you were on, and I don't think you had
So,
tested really anything yet.
I would say, so I'm like I said, I'm testing for Fusarium, Pythium, and all the two viruses and one fibroid. And there's quite a bit that came back, and none of them were symptomatic at all. Like,
Really?
let me cover up the producer's name. Hold on, let me check. All right.
But you said once it went into flower, you saw the signs pop up fine.
So these are only a few genetics, but you can see most of them have, the hop latent viroid. The ICC is just basically saying that the cannabis is toxic. But you can see, out of all of these, there's only like 4 that are or 5 that are clean.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yo,
And
that's insane.
That's a small, very, very small producer. I think with them, I only have 25 strains, and you can't even tell looking at anything that they have it.
They didn't have any. They had no idea that there was anything crazy.
No, some of the plants show like no symptoms at all. The yields are still the same and everything. And those are the plants I want to experiment on to pull their genes and review everything to kind of figure out why is this plant doing what it's doing when this plant isn't.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, I've seen some, and I wonder if it's not HLVD, but like some are devastating. Like I've seen a couple gardens where like the plant is unusable material, the resin is shit, the plant's dying from the bottom up. Like I don't know if that's like a kind of fungus, or if that's another virus that's like bad, or if these plants like are just asymptomatic. But I would assume less are asymptomatic than the other way.
I always look at the plant in every way, even down to its roots.
Yeah.
But some of these that I took samples for were like huge ass plants. Like
They look perfect.
they were beautiful. And I was like, what the fuck these and they were completely like sick. They were very sick.
Yeah.
So over the next few weeks I'll be taking these plants and rejuvenating them completely.
Gonna meristem everything.
I have
and
100.
Do you meristem off of your meristem, like instead of just throwing that out back into production? Like, do you let that plant grow in a separated, not sterile environment, but let's just say an isolated, like growth chamber, and then do a meristem again, or do you think once is enough?
So it depends. If the plant is super sick, what I do is kind of push for just the meristems to grow. So I'll take one and turn that into three. And when I turn that into three, I'll separate all three of them and just keep doing that and at least get 6 samples and see which one out of them actually makes it. Because it takes one small cell to just be in that meristem, even if you get it down to its
You're doing that
smallest.
in the same container, right? The same vessel. You're 7 or separate them.
So once I have one meristem that turns into 3, I separate all 3 of them so that they don't contaminate one another if one of them is sick. And then just keep going from there.
You getting test results back like that, that's sort of scary, right? I mean, that's insane.
Yep. It is, but that's why people should be testing, I believe. Before you do anything, you should always test just to make sure. It
Well, that's
carries.
my whole point. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, there's a lot of, when you're buying clone, I mean, it goes like buying clones and all that stuff too. Yeah, you guys need to make sure your stuff is tested, because
Like
that is just wild to me. It
these
seems like
babies they're going to be tested this coming up week. They're big enough now, so I'll be testing them before I do the in vitro project with it, just to make sure it's clean. If it's not clean, it won't move into the next step.
right. Sorry, I'm getting us back on Instagram. I'm not.
That's okay.
It's just we're at an hour again, so we're a little past it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if the hot plate's such a good idea. It's taken like 20 minutes and it's like 165, which will kill bacteria, but I needed to get up to like 200. Or at least 185.
If it reaches boiling point and you can see it actually like the agar circulating, the agar will stick a lot longer and it'll be more productive at the end. Because if not, if it doesn't reach that where it's just boiling over, the agar gets all like watery.
And how long do you want that happening for though?
So I always set the microwave for like 15 or 20 minutes, and I'll sit there and just kind of keep an eye on it. I know I shouldn't, but I do.
Yeah.
And when I see it just like kind of bubbling, like true
so when
boil,
it starts, you're like a minute or 30 seconds. That's all you want to see, is that it got to that point, or
it's at least like 5 to 7 minutes in when it starts to boil. If it's at like 500 to 700 milliliters,
how long do you let it cool? How long do you let it cool at that point when it's that hot? 20 minutes.
So because I have the flow hood on, it starts to cool rapidly, and I always wait until I can touch the glass. Once I can touch the glass, I have my gloves on, but once I can touch it, then I put the PGRs in. Because if you put the PGRs in too soon, PGRs at certain temperatures can actually destroy
certain ones.
Yeah. So I try not to with any of them.
I think there was, something else that you were kind of telling me about. Certain PGRs are less stable in certain pHs. Like you want to have certain pHs for certain PGRs.
Yeah. That's why I like to do the math.
I want to try to get through some more.
I just mixed all my agar, my PGRs, everything in, and I'm just letting it spin right now. But yeah, it's just an experiment.
So can you see the question right there? You guys want to get on that? We'll get through these questions and we can talk a little bit about. We can talk a little bit about the drop that Cann research is coming up to.
I haven't worked much with the embryo rescues. I kind of stopped that after a minute. But I know there's a lot of papers. Like if you Google or go to Google Scholar and search up embryo rescue for cannabis, there's probably more information, but I haven't really messed with it too much.
Yeah, I mean, Meristem Genetics is a good, pretty good source of information to check out for that kind of stuff. And he's got a pamphlet that, it's like his own little book that he wrote that he'll send it to you for free. And he has all that information in there, like the general kind of protocols for that.
Okay. What brands below do you use? Which laminar flow is better, horizontal or vertical?
So for tissue culture, you always want it vertical because it's blowing or going down. You want it to go down. That's correct to do so. But you want it to be blowing down. I have no idea the name of this here. My boss before I came, so I have no idea. But it's really good. Like it's that whole part there.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Does the seeds need to be rehydrated before going into the agar? The seeds? I think he means the seeds.
I don't know what he means by rehydrate, but freaking, you don't need to like soak them in water or nothing. They'll sprout in agar. Like I've done it a long time ago, just with normal agar with some rooting hormone in it. They'll sprout just fine in standard agar without trying to like wet them or add water. There's enough moisture in. You close the jar like that. There's humidity, so it has enough humidity to sprout.
Unless you're trying to do that with an older seed that you're not sure if it's even going to germinate, and you take the embryo out like a rescue.
You want to try to like soak it first before you take the embryo out to crack the seed open.
I read a few papers that said if you use peroxide and GA, not together, but if you use the peroxide first and then the GA, gibberellin, then it allows for the germination to happen. I just haven't finished doing it, but that's what I've seen.
Hello, doctor. Get it, Howski. Let's go. What do we got? Oh, he's in love. He or she's in love with Max. Apparently, they're back. Cactus is in love. I don't know.
Oh, I was wrong. We're already to 2:30.
Addie, can I get a job with cold case? Addie can get a job with cold case files. The knowledge is awesome. All right.
I wanted to go to school for forensic science until I actually went to a crime scene with little kids, and I just couldn't do it.
That's what he said right there. Yeah, forensics.
Yeah, I love forensics, so.
Are you able to see genes that produce higher levels of terpenes or other plant expressions?
Not yet. That's so right now we're trying to just stabilize the tissue culture and the pathogen testing, but within like the next 6 to 8 months, we're working on getting a sequencer in here so I can actually start to read all the genetics and do all that stuff.
It's not enough difference to the text. Yeah, I think I'm a little. Oh, we're actually pretty caught up right now. Let's see. Could there be non-systematic carriers? Could there be non-systematic carriers? I'm not sure exactly where that was at.
Yeah. That's what we were kind of talking about. Plants that have the viroid, but they don't express any signs or symptoms of, outwardly looking sick. And I think, medicinal genomics was like interested in looking at those plants and like figuring out what's up, Tino? And figuring out the genes that are responsible for those, those plants. He thinks using those is a good way maybe to breed away from it, but I'm not sure about that because breeding more plants that are asymptomatic would be like maybe a problem if those got out into certain places and they didn't know what was going on,
I mean, unless you pull that gene out and you insert it and leave it turned on, and the only thing is I don't know, because I know there are some plants that, like crops that they use that are resistant, that they've pulled that gene out and placed it right back in.
They did that with rice and a
Yeah.
few other plants.
No, so plants have the double helix, and
Not have
certain
DNA. What?
yeah.
Well, okay. Maybe you could just explain to them the difference between DNA and RNA would be pretty simple.
So
Oh.
DNA is what everything has. Everything, anything that's living or it has DNA. But viroids, they have one strand instead of the two. So it looks like this.
I use 3%. I'm not sure what other people know.
So that's a DNA, and then this would be the RNA. Sorry, I didn't take it too quick.
3% or 6%. Oh,
I use 3%. I think it's fine.
let's go. Any plans for terpene metabolic pathways binding multiples of the same page?
Terpenol metabolic pathway. I'm not sure what they mean by terpenol metabolic pathway.
Okay. Terpenes found in ABC are not the same sugar.
So if you're talking about in DNA, if you enter the same code, sometimes you can make it. It's not always a good thing to have the same code continuously.
I mean, that's a mutation. If a gene ever copies itself and doubles up a set of genes, that is a mutation. Like you could have copy mutations, you could have point mutations, you could have a single base nucleotide mutation. But yeah, the copy ones are like the ones that copy themselves. That kind of is what like springs evolution. Like a lot, if you look at the genes that were copied in past organisms, you could see that like evolution happened with a lot of copy number mutations. So a bunch weren't successful, but the ones that were successful, it creates like a new trait essentially.
Ada, come on in here. I wanted to have Ada here with you as well tonight at one point. So I figured, you guys have something coming up. He wanted to talk about it a little bit too. Or you did. It was you. I asked him to show up tonight so I get both you guys at the same time through some point. But also, so you're doing testing, right, Ade? Like, are you accepting like tests, and are you doing? Let them know exactly what you're doing and how they can get with you. We can even talk about pricing on here. Let them know what testing costs, because I know there's other companies out there, but I feel like everybody in here that has gotten to know you over the last hour. If you guys want female male testing done, HLVD testing, you guys can. I'm gonna let her tell you how to get with her, so you guys can start to use her instead of whoever you're using right now, and she can afford that $10,000 shit in the refrigerator. All right, let's support.
So if you want testing, I do the pathogen of the 3 viruses or 2 viruses, 1 viroid. I'm tired. I'm sorry. And then
I'm tired. That's why I gotta stand up. I'm usually like. I listen. We've been the last 4 days. We have been at it for the last 4 days, doing like such an amazing thing. And yeah, I am definitely tired. I got woken up literally just in time, or I would have probably slept through this whole thing tonight. Shout out. I'm just saying. I know I would have fucking ended up sleeping all night had I not got woken up. Just saying.
My little baby ducklings have been off the hook at like 1 to 3 in the morning. So from 1 to 3, I'm awake, and then after that, I can't go back to sleep. So I've been just running on fumes.
I feel you. Trust me. I've gotten like no sleep in the last fucking couple days. 0.
Yeah.
Like an hour here, an hour there, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. a little nap in, you know, that's it, man. It's been, tomorrow, I'm just saying, tomorrow, there's only one, maybe one person I'm going to pick the phone up for tomorrow. That's it. So, anyway, my bad.
Oh, also, if any of the winners from the auctions from Sabrina's are in here, send me your info and we'll get that taken care of.
So I will say this real quick. Shout out to Oski, the Big O, Oski and the motherfucking Houski. She has actually taken the list from me earlier today. She has reached out to everybody, and I'm pretty sure we have a big portion of their addresses ready to send over to tomorrow. They might be in screenshots. I'll figure that one out, but it's going to be, we have a big portion of the addresses. She took the time today to reach out to everybody. Huge shout out to Alski for helping us out. And, I'll make sure by tomorrow, whatever she has, we'll get over to by tomorrow. But anybody else, like
that
you
way
said,
I can
you
get
guys
everything out before Ego Clash and freaking, that could be all dealt with.
Yeah. All right. So continue, Addie. My fault for the interruption. Part of my interruption.
No, you're good. It's like $45 for testing. I have to see how much chemicals I use when I actually do the sexing before I can give a price for that. But this is it. It's about.
It's so hard figuring out that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like, to offer a service, and like, you don't want to go too low. You don't want to go, and then end up regretting what you're doing later on. And you're like, wow, this is taking a long time. I'm putting a lot of hours in for this amount. But you also want to like figure out where that market's at, and are those people overcharging or are they undercharging because they're so upscaled? It's hard to figure out.
I know that someone said that they're charging like 25, but I do like 5 different pathogens, and so it's there's a lot more. It's not just like
usually just one single test. Like if you get HLVD test, you just get HLVD test. And knowing that there's other viruses out there, you should be interested in wanting to test those too.
There's quite a bit.
There's
the hop latent viroid is not the only one. Like
there's the beef top virus that's came around. The tomato mosaic virus.
808, come join in now, bro. Come join in now. I've had Addie for an hour and 20 minutes already.
Yeah.
So, but a Cann Research is going to hang out while you come in. So, come in now.
All right, I'll let you guys go so you can get at it.
All right, well, wait. The male female, the sex testing. Let them know about that too. Did you already say that? Was I preoccupied? This happens.
So I haven't figured out the pricing for that yet. Once I actually start running those tests, I can see exactly how many, because you have to have 2 controls when you're doing the testing. So there's something that the camera can take a picture to reflect to make sure that is.
Oh shit. Wait, is everybody still in here? Did we lose somebody? Oh, wait, what happened?
I had to back out and then rejoin. My thing glitched.
All right, I didn't know, bro. I was like, wow, that was odd. All right, cool. All right, so you guys make sure you give Addie a follow. I will have her come back again within the next, little while. Every couple of months, man. She got more things to show us and talk about. So she's definitely coming back. Huge shout out. I always appreciate it. I know everybody loves when you come on too. A lot of knowledge there. So I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'll have you come back.
Night, you guys.
All right. All right. So, and it was 3 again. So cool. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys talk about. Wait, need to send what? Who needs to send what? Did I say anything about sending something? It had to be something else. It wasn't me, right? Yeah, no. Ask you guys.
What's up, Max? What's up, Dark?
What up? Alski has a question. Oski has a question. Wait. Ask
I got
away.
these.
Ask
I got
away.
these. The grape. So wait, it's grape moon pop, and then is it strawberry icy, or what is the name of the other one?
It's a strawberry souffle, the strawberry icy cut. Yeah.
Okay, because I wrote it down, I couldn't read the thing, so I just put strawberry icy because that's kind of what
That's
it looked
cool.
like on the tag.
Yeah.
Do you guys
So
want to see
yeah,
these big Murphs? I got
yeah. Let's talk about this a little bit. Let people know what you got, guys.
Bro,
This is why I
I
wanted you
can't
both
wait
in at
till
the
you
same
get your
time.
nose on those plants, bro. The second you get your nose on those plants about week 4 or 5, you're gonna trip out, dude. The grape is fucking the grapest
yeah. Let me
grape
show
that
you
I've
guys
ever
these
found.
plants. I'm gonna go show them the plants from Cann Research in the back greenhouse.
How big did
Let's
the male get?
go.
The male's pretty big, but I took cuts off of it and I didn't put him outside, so he didn't get the same space to stretch out yet. So he's ready to do his pollination here soon, but I'll kind of show you guys what we were working on today. So
And just so y'all know, the only reason I'm turning the camera off is because I noticed when I smoke, it puts this 18 and over thing. I'm curious to see if we're not smoking in here. It doesn't put that on there because I'm
so
smoking
this
right
is
now.
the
I'm just
greenhouse I
curious.
just planted. They're all just
Well, I guess
tiny right
that's why
now.
we took away from it
So
anyway.
this is
Anyway,
like 6 to 8 weeks. It's got a veg. This is an OMG burger menu.
I guess so.
And then we're gonna go check out the Max's Mad Creations we got over here. They look nice. My buddy Kauai the Kind Seed spotted them. He's like, "Who's the-"
Oh shit, you bro, you Wi-Fi, bro.
Did I cut out?
Yep.
Am I
For
still
a
here
second.
or are we gone?
You're here.
No, you're still here. You're still here.
So this
You're
is
good.
Max's strawberry icy. No, Great Moon Pop. So this is the Great Moon Pop right here. So wait, I'm going backwards. So
Damn, bro, what's you like 7 feet, bro?
It's like 8 feet tall. Yeah.
like 8. And then so we got the original. Damn, I lagged out over here. What did I push?
No, you're straight. You're good now.
Okay,
You're good.
Gorilla Glue number 4, just as a comparison, which is a beast of a plant. But then we got his, and this thing broke in half. This is the strawberry icy.
Yeah.
I think it's every bit of
fucking tall, bro.
like,
It stretches.
yeah, it's like every bit of 11 foot. It like broke in half, and we taped it, and it like
Oh shit.
it just kept going. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is. So you can see this is the next menu right here. But we got your 2 girls in here for the peanut butter breath BX2.
That's a lot of seeds, brother.
Yeah, if we're gonna make pollination, we try to do it substantial. So
I can tell.
we're not like, oh, we blew through the seeds like that and then got to remake it. But yeah, that's the first creation with Max, and then I don't know. We're gonna test them and figure that all out,
Yeah,
and then
I'll
we've
run
got
some, and he'll run some, and then we'll probably switch phenos and check each other's phenos out so that he could see what my selections are like. I could see what his selections are like, and then from there, like you could get a better idea of what I'm hunting. I could get a better idea of like what you like.
Yeah, and that wasn't. I know when we first started talking, it was supposed to be all about candy, just artificial candies. The peanut butter breath wasn't my ideal choice to breed it with. First up was the runts, but we didn't have the runts. So if I was going second thing that I would want to breed it with, it was the peanut butter breath because it's going to bring color, resin. I mean, Dark tried some of the peanut butter pops. It's a nice strain. If you add.
That strawberry icy cut, it's got some peanut butter breath in it.
Well, I'm figuring like strawberry and peanut butter, grape and peanut butter. It's going to be just awesome because we've already done a strawberry runs to peanut butter and people loved it. So I don't know what your terps are on the strawberry, but I figured people would fall in love with it.
Crazy.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, somebody else in here? Oh shit.
So that was the idea behind it. Was the peanut butter breath is the most resinous male we've got. It's got some of the best color that we've got, and then putting it with his stuff, it should make some magic. And then the real game plan was his watermelon Rolex. We were going to put that to runts, papaya. I'm trying to work on getting that sour Cindy cut locked down. And just, sugar tits, lemon lips. I got a lot of really cool, just artificial candy, fruit flavors that, I think the watermelon Rolex will pair really well with. I'm just trying to time it around our menus and when I have everything the size I want it to be. What's up, Kauai the Kind?
You got
How's
any
it going, boys?
pineapple stuff, bro?
The sugar tits is like a pineapple. It's like a sugarloaf pineapple. But it's definitely got like a runts thing going on to it as well.
That sounds fire, actually.
Yeah, so I mean, I call sugar tits like a better runts, you know. But
I don't want the grinder.
I think Dark tried some of the sugar
Have you
tits
seen
too.
any of that stuff washed yet?
It does wash. So the sugar tits washes at like 4 or 5%. Pretty much most of our stuff washes well, other than cherry pie crosses. But cherry pie watermelon Rolex is going to be crazy. We can do purple Urkel watermelon Rolex and Granddaddy purple watermelon Rolex just to get all the different purples covered.
Oh, those will be some crazy indicas, bro. Like some.
That's what I was thinking, because the male looks indica dominant. It doesn't really stretch as much as either of the female cuts.
Yeah, dude, they finish in like fucking 55 days. Like they're quick.
Yeah, so that was the idea. And like I said, we got, Blue Dream. We got some old school classics too we can put it with. Like it's like hard to pinpoint one thing that I want to hit the watermelon Rolex to, but the first things we really talked about were, the papayas, the lemons, the cherries, the grapes, just whatever I have that's artificial candy.
It comes out
Sugar
fire
tits.
crossed to the gas too, bro. Like when you cross it to something that's super.
Well, we
gas,
can
it's
cross
super
it to like GMO. I already know anything GMO or Chem Dot. Like the Chem D cut we got is like 100% like the one, and that thing is fucking so stink and just epic. Like if you like gas, the Chem D is hard to beat.
It's a cool profile though. Like when you get that gas and then you get that sweet, artificial melon candy high chew smell on the back end. It's like I have a sour melon soda and fucking it smells like diesel on the front end and then like a sweet melon candy on the back.
That's what's up.
Fire ass rosin, dude.
Yeah, like I said, I'm excited to do it. Right now we got the peanut butter menu and then the GMO menu, so it'll probably be right after that, basically. Early 2025 is when we hope to get it planted. So maybe
how does your
2-3 months
work out there in Hawaii?
How does what?
Your grow season, like how long are your days up until when?
Oh, year round, bro. So it's like the ideal place to produce and
all year
develop strains. So there's no light depping. It's just you put it out. If you have lights on, it doesn't bloom. If you don't have lights on, it blooms.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not even fair. And then our VPD's on point too. So it's like
fucking everything that you are popping, you just throw it out in the fucking greenhouse and you're good to go.
Exactly, but I put the lights on so I can stretch it, right? Like when so you saw the greenhouse we just planted?
Yeah.
That's how big your plants were that you gave me when I put them in the greenhouse. But then I gave them like a 6-week stretch.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's pretty much what we're doing is, organic, living soil, top dress water. We use some carbon like biochar and stuff of that nature, but pretty straightforward, I always use diatomaceous earth to protect against issues that could arise from just bugs coming in and stuff like that. And then high chitin as well. The higher or I could be saying that wrong. Chitin. The high levels of that really helps the plant just like protect itself from being attacked by stuff.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of questions do you guys have, man? Let's get to it.
Yeah,
let's get to it,
guys.
See, I'm gonna
so this
say
is a project. Obviously, it's
watermelon lemonade. I mean, everyone's been going crazy for the lemon lips. I feel like lemon lips, watermelon, Rolex is just gonna. I'm just gonna say it.
Bro, that's gonna be. It's gonna be like that'd be like a lemon Skittle, like a lemon fucking Starburst or something. It'd be insane.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like breeders really need to like put benchmarks out there and like, hey, if it's a 4 to 5% plus terp strain, that is a higher value in the market than something that's below 3% terps.
Yeah, same thing with if it washes 8%, but it's just doo-doo terps. Like, what's the point?
That's my at the end of the day, it's all about terpenes. The whole reason we grow plants is for the terpenes that we love and enjoy, because that's where the effects ultimately lie that we want.
100%. The aromatic compounds and the terpenes are literally what determines the quality of the cannabis, not the THC percentage, you know? But people are figuring that out now. That's what's cool. As a breeder, we don't have to do as much education for the consumers because people are figuring that out because they go to the store and they're like, hey, how come every time I get the 35% shit, it doesn't always get me high? Like sometimes the shit that's...
Oh, and I got a question for you. So would you rather see honey banana to Tropicana cookies to your girls that you gave me, or just the original Tangy from Crockett?
What was the other one?
Honey banana Tropicana cookies from Oni. Oni gifted me the seeds. I'm assuming Harry Palms probably made them based off of...
Just what I'm doing right now, I would say for sure that Trop Banana, just because we know that those will wash. If you hit it to Tangy, it's going to have, like, not very much potential to wash. Like, from all my experience with Tangy, it's the strongest fucking terpene ever, and it almost melts, like, the trichome heads itself. Like, it sticks to the bags, it sticks to everything.
It's greasy, got you. I just wanted to breed with the Tangy because Crockett gifted it to me, and then I ended up hunting 2 different, Tangy-based things just to find, I found a straight cheese pheno in the honey banana sour Tropicana cookies, which I was surprised on.
So, yeah, is that the general terpene that you got, or how did that...
No, that was the outlier. So I always look at outliers, and then I try to, like, if there's an outlier, I try to separate that, and then anything that's uniform and similar, I try to keep those, together, because how I look at it is outliers typically bring recessive traits from the past back, and those can be very special or just not what you're looking for.
100%. Yeah, so the other ones were they...
Yeah, Sugar Tits is a winner.
How was that?
On what?
On the other ones, was it a trop smell or
yeah, I'd say there was a general there was a bunch of honey terps with some Tangy kind of trop cookie terps as well. So it's kind of like a mix of like both, but it was either like stronger citrus or stronger kind of banana kind of vibe to it.
I'd say that'd be the better one to go. If everything that I've hit with the honey banana so far washes super fucking good.
I am 6'2".
Okay, 808. This is where I guess I'm not everybody. Go ahead. Let's go around the panel. How tall is everybody? I don't know where these questions come from, but we're gonna answer them all. Let's go.
6'9". I'm 6'2".
I'm short. I'm like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, same here.
Shit, I'm shorter than y'all. So let's go. All right, moving on. Let's go.
Pizza.
Pizza.
What else do we got? Dark must be smoking. Man, yeah, once he showed the plants, it was done.
You guys.
I figured, I was going to try to turn the camera off and smoke just to see it, but it doesn't even matter. I don't care.
Oh, am I not supposed to be smoking on the camera?
No fucking, I wanted to see, I was
curious. Okay, shit, I've been taking bong hits all night.
No, I was just curious to see if we did it, because every time I end the live, within like 5 minutes, I get a thing and it says, we put an age restriction on it. I was sort of curious to see if it was because they see.
Well, I think you want the age restriction on there because of the content.
Yeah, I don't really care. Listen, they do what they do regardless. I was just sort of more curious than anything, but it makes no fucking difference to me either way.
Yeah, and then Kauai the Kind Seeds, you should talk about some of the stuff we got coming up. I gave you a bunch of different stuff, and you're working it. I know that.
Yeah, I got some. We'll be dropping on the 10th. We'll be dropping the medical pre-release of 808's, his medical crosses, the Triton's Trumpet,
those are the goods, guys. Master Kush to the ACDC Kauai Mints Mix. You got Girl Scout that has CBD and CBG and CBN in it. You got the ACDC, which is a high CBD variety. And then that's going into the Master Kush. And everybody knows Real Master is one of the most, it's straight like piney chocolate coffee, just Kush.
Yeah, the pheno I picked is the coffee Kush, just straight coffee.
And to me, that reminds me of nobody's gonna really say it. I'll just say it. Real Good Master and Bubba are very similar.
Yeah.
So, what is your thoughts on that kind of research about Master Kush and Bubba? Are they the same cut? They different sisters? They different phenos?
Me and the homie were just having the conversation about the Hindu Kush and the Bubba, because freaking he was like, dude, the Hindu that floated around fucking down south like is dead ass Bubba. But I was like, well, Hindu Kush came first for sure. Like Hindu was the older cut before Bubba had rolled around. It could be a rename, you know.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it because
Yeah,
Master Kush is supposed to be a Hindu Kush, like the two best Hindu Kushes
I
crossed
remember
together,
it being
right?
different, bro. But there could have been different Master Kushes. But I definitely.
Well, I got
remember
hit up by the dude. I can find his name later, but and you don't know if this is true or not, but we got hit up by this guy that claimed to have bred the Master Kush. His story seemed pretty reasonable. He's asking for some Master Kush seeds and the cutback. I sent him some seeds. I didn't send him the cutback because I was trying to verify, how authentic this guy actually was. But it sounds
the
like
audio's all choppy, bro.
it sounds like there was 3 Master Kush phenos originally that circulated, and then one just kind of stayed around and the rest faded. So that was his story on it. Was there's 2 different Hindu Kushes crossed together, which totally makes sense for the Master Kush. And then if the Master and the Bubba are just different phenos based off of him saying there was 3 phenos, that would be kind of my speculation. You know,
Well, I think they
because we
both.
all had the real Bubba back in the day.
Yeah, no, but I think the Bubba and the Master both came from the Hindu Kush. The
Oh,
Hindu Kush is the
100%.
original.
But Master Kush is known to be Hindu Kush, like crossed together.
Yeah.
So that's what Master Kush is. So then I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
Bubba is like, they say there's OG in there, but like, fuck, I don't see it.
No.
That was weird,
All right,
bro.
that's pretty much
Freaking.
it.
My phone was dying, and because it was dying, it just distorted the audio. Like it sounded like robotic.
Yeah, no, I heard that. It sounded like it was underwater.
Yeah, that was weird.
But yeah, so I think we're all on the same page there, guys. Is Bubba Kush, Master Kush is just a Hindu Kush. Whether they're different phenos or the same pheno, no one knows. But based off of the guy that said he bred it. Well, somebody claimed to me they bred it. I don't have it. Do you remember the guy's name? We sent them the packs of seeds. Damien. So this guy Damien claimed to have bred Master Kush. His story and like where he got the genetics from, and just the different phenotypes from what I've seen. 3 different because it's like this. The Master Kush I have right now is not the exact same cut as the Bubba Kush we had back in the day. So I can tell they're not the same cut, but they're related. You know what I mean? And then the dude that supposedly bred it said he put out 3 cuts. And he was like selling cuts out of Oakland or something back in the day, or like I researched it all. He seemed pretty legit, but I didn't know it's not like 100% proven.
Yeah, that
was the story.
I believe that Bubba and freaking Hindu are somehow related. Master, I don't know. I'm not sure how that one was developed, honestly. But they're both
Master Kush is supposed to be Hindu Kush to Hindu Kush. It was supposed to be the 2 best Hindu Kushes collected and then cross-pollinated.
Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure that Bubba is some kind of derivative of Hindu. Because they never divulged what Bubba was, right? That was one of the ones.
They just said it was like an OG Kush cross, but there's like no OG in it that you can see.
It was way different than the other OGs, of course. So,
it's just so much shorter and thicker stem and just different structure. It's like if it's related, it's like total different phenos.
There was some similarities, I guess, kind of like the way that the calyxes like kind of get spiky in a way when the nuts all the way formed out. Like it has that pine cone almost.
A little bit, but the like Master and the Bubba finish quick, dude. They're like 2 weeks sooner than the freaking any OGs.
Oh yeah, that's
way faster finishers.
And just hardier plants with thicker bones. Like I personally like.
The stems were crazy good.
I classify cannabis as like. You got fat stem, thin stem, and then you have like the mutated stem where it's either a flat stem or it's what we call a square stem. And the square stems are almost like the best for structure.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that square stem is the best structure, producer, everything. Most of the time.
I mean, dude, it all depends on what you're trying to make, but like, look at the sugar tits. She needs that lemon lips fucking stem to her.
Definitely.
Because the sugar tits is
I need to get you a cut of that sour melon soda, dude. It's so.
I just want to say that. Hey, I just want to say that wasn't Tino that I put up there. It wasn't his account. So I was really not paying attention. And I know we shouted out Tino when he came in, right? Max, you said what's up to Tino when I threw it up
What's
there,
up,
right?
Tino?
Yeah.
I
Pizza
just want to
gang
make
gang.
sure. I think he didn't see it, and I felt like, I missed his comments. I felt bad. So I just want to shout out Tino.
Oh, and I got
but I know we
the
did when he
strawberry
first came in.
guava we could hit too. We got the straw guava from Bloom, the breeder cut. If you want me to hit that to the watermelon.
Yeah, bro, that's a good cut too. Those
Well, I'm
would
just
make
saying, I got a bunch of washers that I'm gonna like hit to it for you, and then we can like figure it out from there.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
anything that's like sweet on the candiest side of things, and we know that it washes. Those are the prime candidates in my mind that are going to produce something that's like super impressive for almost anyone.
I can see the male's got purple balls too.
Yeah, the Great Moon will definitely go freaking purple.
But even your watermelon Rolex, I see purple balls on it.
It does. That male definitely throws some like a cool little purple stripes on the fucking balls.
I like when I see that kind of stuff. I'm just like, cool.
It does. Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I love looking for that in males, color in the flower. It usually passes on to the daughters,
Do you guys compare the male cannabis plants to like orchids? That's what I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get those ones where it's like bright red claws coming out before, when the flower is just starting to open.
Yeah, where the actual freaking anthers are colored too. That is a pretty cool trait, actually. I don't see that all the time, but I definitely have seen it before.
Yeah, I already saw the.
So tell them. Sorry, I cut you off, man. Tell them about what you're dropping. Quiet again.
Oh, so we got Jake's 808s, Triton's trumpet, the saltwater taffy, and the dirty mermaid, and the tiger shark to Luda's spirit in outer space. And they're all going to be, they all should have high CBD profiles and all around high profile strains. The Luda Spirit's full profile strain, and then all of these have potential of having really high medical values. So it's more for people to hunt and look for medical stuff. I'm trying to get medical strains out there for people that need full medical strains for a reasonable price.
So to give you guys an example, so the original Moana's gift was pheno-hunted by multiple people, of course, but the people that got it lab tested, we saw stuff as high as 31% THC and 27% CBD with 3% CBG in flower, which nobody believes. So we had to have them go get it retested, and it tested basically the same numbers. And then it proved to not be a fluke when another guy found a pheno that was like 27% THC, 20% CBD, and like 2 or 3% CBG as well. So it's like the genetic combination. We don't know exactly how many phenos are going to unlock that way. But obviously, if you're an extractor and you take like the peanut butter breath crossed one, the tiger shark, that's going to make amazing hash. And if you have something that tests high in CBD and CBG and it extracts with the THC in there, I feel like it's a win-win for the patient and for just whoever's doing that work to find those phenos. There'll be highly medical value there.
So that's what you guys got going on, right? That's the 808.
Yeah, so that's what I gave him.
I apologize. I really was. I was
highest medical value strains we had, and he hunted them out. And like the Dirty Mermaid would probably be, if you're an extractor, that would be the one to hunt through. Because if you find the magic pheno that has the high numbers across the board and it extracts over 6% or 5%, you're just going to be doing double backflips when you fucking have a product nobody's got, and guys don't even realize they want it because nobody's offering that. Every breeder is focused on high THC and that's it, or high THC with terps. You know what I mean? Like nobody's like full spectrum. They're not like thinking that way.
And that's what you guys are working on, though. Like this is something that you and that 808 has going on, right?
Yeah,
he's got it ready to drop.
Yeah.
He's got it ready to drop. Okay. Because I knew you wanted to talk about that a little bit. I like to have all four of you guys on at the same time. And again, I apologize. I had a couple things that I had coming in. I was just sort of like preoccupied for about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes there. But so I totally missed half the conversation. I'm not gonna lie. Half the conversation with Cann Research I missed. When do we expect that stuff to be coming? Because I totally I apologize now.
That's a way.
Sorry, trying to switch gears and give Kauai the kind seed some light on his.
Yeah, no, I want to definitely. We ain't going anywhere. We got time. You know, we have as much time as we need.
I don't have an official time yet. I would estimate. Let me give you an estimate. So we just flipped my one greenhouse. That means I got 10 weeks till I can cut it roughly. So I can't plant for 10 weeks, and then I like to veg 6 to 8 weeks. And then you
Okay.
figure 10 weeks on that. So 16
we're-
weeks plus 10, 26 weeks. Maybe
Okay,
ish.
so we're talking around summertime, basically. You know, summertime.
If it works, that's the goal.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Looking forward to that.
But
And
I don't
yeah,
know
like
if it's
again,
I don't know if that's like the actual drop date. It might be like the seeds are made, me and him are testing it, and then yeah, you know what I mean? I can't give you an exact timeline on how that's gonna work. Because I could do it like a smaller menu instead of my full greenhouse style and just get it rolling sooner to be able to test it. Because usually that's what I'll do is I'll like if it's something new, I'll make a small batch, keep the male around, test the seed, and then if I like what I see, then I'll run a big batch. But
Yeah, I do the same thing, dude.
I don't know. I figured he knew his male, so I was gonna fucking full send
Yeah,
it.
no, I already knew the male. That was good because we already crossed it to a bunch of stuff, so I knew exactly what he was gonna throw. That's why
Yeah.
I called that. That's why I called that male the Starburst male because
Well, I just figured like his male to papaya, the sugar tits, the runts, the cherry pies, the Urkel, the GDP. Those are just guaranteed wins. Lemon lips, guaranteed win. The ChemD, guaranteed win. The GMO, guaranteed win. The Crippy, the G. I mean, I don't know if he wants it to the GG4, but I would cross it to the GG4 just because to me that's
dude.
always a good one.
That'll make it wash better.
GG4 washes well,
Yeah,
but I bet you your thing washes. You know what I mean? Even better. And if you can get some different terps into the GG4, it might, people might enjoy that.
Those are so different. If you got
That's what I'm saying. Just
a watermelon
opposite.
Gorilla Glue would be awesome.
That's why you got that sweet, and then the
Yeah,
gorilla. You're
that
like,
would be so sick.
because we've done runts to glue, and the runts actually, it's like a runty glue. It's, you know what I mean? Sick. What is that? Like a little vial trip? I don't got my reading glasses on.
It's just an agar with a PGR solution and a sterilized.
here, hold on.
Okay.
I can make the screen bigger for you if you want to show that again. Whatever you were doing.
But Dark, we do got the peanut butter breath BX2 to both of his selected girls coming up probably 10 weeks out. So, I know what my male is going to bring to the board, and it's nothing but keepers. And I know he believes in his girls, so it really comes down to we can test it out before we drop it. It's his call on all that. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I develop line work, I do it to be able to know what my male is going to bring. So I know it's going to bring stability and it's going to bring the peanut butter cushy terp that I want to the profile with the color and the structure and the things that I selected for it to be a peanut butter.
Right.
So I mean that's how we do all our gear. Yeah, is like if it's not my own stuff, I like to hunt hundreds of seeds and just like watch what I'm looking at, keep the best ones, and then once I know kind of like really what it is by like 150 200 seeds, then I'm not afraid to do stuff with it, But if it's my own gear and I've been back crossing it, I'm already like, this is my peanut butter, this
You
is
already
my
know what it
candy
is.
gas, I have my quiver of I know what it is and what to do with it. Right. But then when it's somebody like you're saying grape, I haven't smelt your grape, but I'm believing you on the profile. So then that's why peanut butter and grape sounds great. Strawberry and fucking peanut butter. It's like in your mind, it's just
Oh, yeah.
like,
It makes sense, bro.
they'll
To
go
make like
great.
like almost like a PB&J kind of line, you know?
Exactly, because we did a peanut butter jelly breath, which is like dead on that, but I'm assuming yours might even have a crazier strawberry. That's what I want to see,
Oh yeah,
or
dude.
or even a better grape. So I'm like, that's what I'm about, you know. And I'm gonna see, obviously, in 4 to 5 weeks once those things set their flower, and you know, trust me, I wanted the flower smaller, but then I also was like, he selected these things and sent them. They're
Oh, I
guaranteed
was
badass.
pushing them, dude.
I'm gonna grow them up big, so then that way, and I already got cuts of it too, so it's not like, oh, it's one and done.
Yeah.
It was just to like get them big, pollinate it with the peanut butter, get the next one's bigs, pollinate it with the Runts BX3, and then Runts BX4, and then I kind of got it both ways in my mind. I'm like, those would be really ill to see what happens.
It's perfect right now. You have everything up to the perfect size to just go for it now.
Yeah, because it was either peanut butter or GMO, and I felt like the GMO was a downgrade to the you know, it's a good terp, the GMO. I love it, but that chem terp might overpower the grape or overpower the strawberry, you know. Whereas the peanut butter is gonna pair, I feel, better with it.
You're probably right, dude. It's gonna be more of a better blend than one terp covering the other kind of thing.
Well, that's what the Skittles dude told me. He was like, "You're painting a picture, right? And so you're combining colors, and terps are colors, right?
Right.
And so then you're trying to make things that don't turn brown."
Mm-hmm. You're not turned brown or colors that are conflicting as fuck, you know, that don't. There's certain colors that go good together, like purple and orange, and green and purple, and like.
Well, that's why you want to make things that complement each other.
Yeah, where did 808 go?
He might have lagged out.
All right.
He'll probably
Yeah,
be back.
I think we're gonna have some crazy washers, bro. I think people are gonna win fucking awards with these fucking strains. Mark my words right now on this live. People are gonna place at fucking, you know, hash competitions with those genetics. I just fucking know it for a fact.
Well, the
Bro,
peanut butter is the most resinous male I've seen in my career, to where I'm like, I normally never keep males around, and this one I'm like, I might just keep it because I'll probably find a more resinous male in the peanut butter breath BX3, but there's just no guarantee.
Yeah, no, it's like you see them far and few between that aren't.
Well, I popped thousands and tens of thousands of seeds, and like I've seen a lot of resinous males, but I'm talking like resin heads that you can visually see on the main stalk of the, like wherever the male clusters are. The main stalk has resin on top of the fan leaves, everything just coated. You're just like,
the terps are loud, like you could smell them on those males where it's like, oh,
that's what I'm saying. I rub it and it's dead on peanut butter, just like the girl flower, to where you're like perfect, because
that's
the
how I
back
selected
cross.
that male that you have, dude. That male that you have, I selected it because when I was going through the males, that one produced resin, and another one that I had produced resin, and one smelled like a sour fucking melon smell, and one was that like Starburst, just dead on fucking
Got you.
Starburst.
Candy.
Candy as fuck, like artificial candy. And then when we crossed it, everything we crossed it to, all the testers, when I freaking finished mine out, they're like, dude, it smells like high chews. It smells like fucking Starburst. Like everyone had like a different, or some people were saying it smells like a watermelon.
Well, that's why I'm trying to get the Sour Cindy, because that's the one that always wins cups out here. And if I can locate that and hit it to your watermelon Rolex, that's something that might not even be worth, like we might not even want to release that on the reel. That might be just to like select phenos just to sell the cut as a washer that'll win awards, you know?
Or just to enter into competitions and shit.
I'm just saying, I like to breed to release everything, but then there's certain things where you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I asked the guy about the cut. He hasn't got back to me, so I'll hear soon, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I know it floats around out there heavy because all the hash makers that I know where you're from, they all run that cut, bro. It's like one of the, like, it must yield really good is what I'm thinking in terms of hash.
I know it wins a lot of awards. Like every cup, it's won like 4 or 5 awards out here in Hawaii.
Yeah, there was just one I think that it placed at that it was just like, you know, last month.
All my phones are blowing up. I'm trying to figure out where they are.
All right, can you guys see the comments? Like, are they on your screen or no? You guys can't see them.
Oh, I can't see the comments. I'm not by my computer.
All right.
My bad.
No, you're good. I just wasn't sure.
I had a long day. I planted a greenhouse, and then we just cut the greenhouse the other day. I'm just like, definitely, you know what I mean? Feeling it.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell
that some hash. I gotta show you, dude. This OMG burger hash is fucking so good, dude.
Oh, dude, I love the burger strains.
Yeah, it's a GMO BX4 that we built off Skunk Master Flex's Donnie Burger,
Yeah.
and it's just like better than ChemD, better than GMO. I'm like pretty baffled because the guy like grew the guy that the Sour Cindy, he won the event on all the islands, even our event that we threw. And then right there, I gave him seeds for winning, you know, that's first place. Like, here's a box set of shit.
Yeah.
And then the OMG burger, he grew it out. And so the sour garlic candy, the GMO Runts BX2 is so good, they won't even wash it. It's their best.
I think we lost you. Oh yeah, we definitely lost 808. I mean, it's we got the other 808 back now. Let's go.
Oh, got kicked out. Sorry.
You got kicked out, or
Well, my internet, something happened.
okay?
So
All right.
you guys
I
are
dropped out.
you guys are partners.
What was that?
Both of the 808s are partners.
I think
Yeah,
they-
we've
I
worked
think
together
they
for
do.
years. I mean, he's
Yeah.
his own entity and I'm my own entity, but
Okay, you're just both from 808.
yeah, we're both from Kauai and
Yeah.
808.
And they definitely
Oh,
do
dude,
some work together.
I think I've met you before, bro.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, you're the guy with the super fast flowering strain.
No, it's not strain. It's the way you
Bam,
grow
bam,
it.
bam. Let's go.
What, honey?
I mean, the 28 day had to be cut. It got brought up. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I think it just got brought up.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be cutting the green crack at 38 days this time, not 28. 10 days slower.
I know you sleepy.
It's in the
38
ground.
days.
I
It's still crazy.
can't push
I
it
mean,
fast,
you know.
but
I mean, 28 days. We can have that conversation with Max in here. I'm sure, you know, he'd love to hear it. You know, shit. But, you know, really, I got you in here to talk about your genetics. You know, we can talk about that some other time, to be honest. But
so anyway, the drop I got coming down is 808 genetics to My Luda Spirit. My Luda Spirit is an all spectrum strain that I've been working on for 10 years plus. And
I smoked too much Piatella, man. It was too much.
it's an amazing strain, you know. It's about a 54, 60 day flower. It's not a real fast one. There's phenos in there that are a little faster. The red hair pheno that everybody wants isn't have the highest medical value, but that's the one with that's the fastest flowering. The white hair one, it has the highest medical value. That's the one I've been hunting, and it's a slower flowering, about 10 days, 12 days slower than the sister.
You remember a strain called M39?
Yeah.
You do?
Yep.
Yeah.
It should be good now, boys. I backed out to fix it.
I remember hearing about, M39.
Shit. I need to go make some food, guys.
Right on. Have a
Right
good
on,
one,
kind of
bro.
research. I'll have some progress reports up here pretty soon on the. We flipped like
Bro.
literally yesterday.
I can't wait to fucking start hunting through some of that shit, dude. It's gonna be fucking fun. It looks like you made a bunch too. I'm gonna have to fucking figure out which ones to go through that we think we want to do like a certain drop first. We'll hunt those ones first, or however you want.
I was just figuring to try to make a pile, and then figure guys will find better phenos if there's more to look through. I mean, every pheno is gonna be good, but when you got really good male with a really good female, and you got a lot of seed, then just crazy shit can be found straight up.
Yeah, fucking. There's how many crosses is in the first go with the peanut butter bread?
I think you sent me 2 girls, so I got the 2 girls in there.
Yeah, I need to send you some more females, dude. Fucking, I mean, at least maybe you could run some test crosses at the same time too, or something.
Yeah, like I said, they got pretty big.
That sour melon soda would have been a good one to throw in there right now, and then the blueberry banana that I have, that would have been awesome too. Like perfect, like blue raspberry smell that leans into like that banana taffy that the bananas.
Well, like I said, I got the runts menu planned. I'm just trying to pour this dog food in for my kids to feed the dog.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but the runts, I think, menu soon. I don't know when. Sometime this coming year, though. So if you get those to me, I can. I always try to stretch them and get them like good size, so it's like worthwhile, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, my next menu is the Hawaiian skunk meal.
Oh, the Hawaiian skunk would be mean.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and
put them across everything.
Quiet seeds. If you want me to give him the cuts you sent me, he can pollinate it with a bunch of stuff too.
Did you ever run that lilikoi that I was talking about?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I've never grown it recently, but I did have the cut, and then I lost it. But the guys I'm talking to have all that stuff, so
Do you
they're
remember the smell
it's
that
the
it
Maui
had?
guys.
I remember it being a really unique smell, bro. Like it was sweet, but then like had another terpene I've never smelled in anything else before.
Where'd you get the lilikoi from?
The Maui guys.
Oh,
And Lilikoi's supposed to be
Different. I got it from a different group though. My friend used to live over there that I played video games with, so we were like on Xbox exchanging cuts, and then he moved to the mainland like 2012 or something. So then I met these other Maui guys when they came over here for the cup, and then they had all the same genetics, and you're like, what? Sick.
what?
Yeah. And Lilikoi.
Well, that's how it is though. When you're plugged in, like everybody on Kauai kind of has similar-ish like stuff because we all share stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Lilikoi fucking, it used to also go by Hawaiian candy. Like when it was sold over here at the places that would carry it, they would call it the Hawaiian candy sometimes. And fucking, it had a cool structure. It was stout, short, and like good fucking resin. But anyways, I thought of that one recently since you're out there. It was one of those ones that's like different than everything else that I
Yeah.
do washing right now.
I made 15 years ago I made a lilikoi OG, which was
my bad.
SFOG to the Hawaiian Frost, and out of that I got a lilikoi pheno. I back crossed it to itself, and all the seeds came out of it were pretty much had that unique lilikoi terps. And I gave them to a bunch of people. I don't know who, but I know my friend in Arizona was pushing it for a while.
Babe, did you put the seeds away, or can I show the seeds you just planted?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to show you guys the hardest working girl in cannabis over here, planting seeds at dark already. Because we've just been working all day on shit.
Let's go. You're gonna show us? Yeah, I'll put you up on the screen. Well, I wonder why I wonder why mine.
Not yet. I'm ripping the bulldog. Hold on.
No, I'm wondering. That's not what I was. I'm wondering why you guys' phones. It's all like that. You guys are all on phones, right? On mobile devices.
Yeah, I'm not on my PC.
Okay. I want to see.
Hey, can I spin my camera, or do I gotta just?
You should be able to. I think. I mean, I would see. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to.
Camera. It's not giving me a spin. Here.
No. Yeah, there's certain
So
things
you
I
just
want to figure
planted.
out.
Can they see it, Dark?
Yeah, I'm gonna put you up on the screen by yourself. Hold on. Let me get this other one off.
So there's all the little seed buddies, all the new lemons we're hunting. So what, you got like 2 trays or just this one tonight?
I'm just planting one. I want the others to sprout more.
Can you guys see it? So we got all our seedlings. These are all lemons. We try to color code tags based off of terps, but not always the case. But yeah, so color on a bunch of them already right out the gate because of the runts. So that's a good sign. Yeah, all pink and purple. The lighting's not the best right now. It's dark, getting dark.
Pop those wild cherry gacks that I sent you to, dude. That shit's fire. It's got like that high chew.
I would put it in the building.
That's cool.
Hey, Max, do you have a Discord?
No, I do not.
Okay, someone asked. So
I fucking am barely figuring out like how to even use Discord, man. Like it's
Just
not,
get someone that knows how to do Discord and give them a few packs, and they'll set you up.
I know that's the way to do it. It really is.
So I
And
saw
then
the
you're
question what Luda Spirit was.
yeah,
Luda
yeah, yeah.
Spirit in outer
Yeah.
space. Well, there's Luda Spirit and there's Luda Spirit in outer space. Luda Spirit originally started with SFOG and the Hawaiian Frost male, which was my dad's K69. I bred those two together. I got Lilikoi OG. I took Lilikoi OG. I got gifted a pack of regular fire seeds. I hunted through them. I found a really fire male. I bred him back to the Lilikoi OG. I bred it to another sister of the Lilikoi that wasn't a Lilikoi pheno. It was a different kind of fruity pheno. And then out of that, I crossed that with Mendo Montage. That made Luda OG A and B. And then I crossed Luda A with the Mendo Montage, and I crossed Luda B with Godbud Lemon Skunk. And then I hunted through those and found two that were almost the same pheno, and I bred them together. And that's how I made Luda Spirit. I took Luda Spirit and was hunting through it, and I sent a bunch of it to my friend in Oregon, and he had it tested, and he's all like, bro, this stuff is testing like 30% THC. The CBD's up at like 12. It's got CBG. He said the numbers are just incredible on it. And then I sent him some of the Luda, and they had that tested and also had incredible numbers. And so I was all like, okay, so I got something here. So I did a few back crosses and in crosses till I got the Luda Spirit right where I wanted it, pretty much. But it was real fast flowering, real robust plant, but the flower size wasn't as big as I wanted. And then I found that I had to cross the Luda with the Alien Fire that produced giant buds and also throwed that pink red hair trait. So I crossed that into the Luda Spirit into the Luda Spirit, and that's where Luda Spirit in Outer Space, the male I'm using right now, came from. And I'm not exactly sure what the profile on the Luda Spirit in Outer Space is, the CBD THC, but it has all the characteristics of the original Luda Spirit, except it's a bigger, slower flowering, more robust plant. And it shows all the characteristics of those terps, that little bit of greasiness in certain phenos from the high CBD, and that it's a beautiful plant. A lot of work I put into it.
So okay, so the Luda has CBD in it. I don't know if we spoke about that already. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Luda Spirit has CBD, has CBG, and CBN, and THCV, supposed to be in the Luda Spirit, which I have those right now. I'm just re-bringing those out. But the Luda Spirit in Outer Space should have all of that also.
Okay. No, it's not a feminized line.
full terp blend, guys. Full medical value.
Not a feminized line, no.
No, it's not a feminized line. I've never feminized anything.
Yeah, and he crossed it to all of our high medical value strains too. The GMO to the Moana's Gift.
Bro.
Oh, I didn't know you had that. I knew you did the sugar tips, so I knew that.
I just reversed the mom to the watermelon Rolex, the watermelon and later cut that I call the red gummy cut. I just reversed it. I got a bunch of pollen that I just dried out, bro. I could send you some.
Some fem pollen.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, the red gummy cut is fucking fire, bro. I mean, that's what made the watermelon Rolex smell fruity and fucking artificial candy.
Nice.
Because the rainbow Rolex side is like a rainbow belts funky smelling plant. But the red gummy to that plant ended up still being completely artificial throughout all the offspring.
Well, like I got back my dad's old the old 76, the skunk from 1976 back. You know that thing's candy, amazing fruit skunk. You know, Hawaiian fruit skunk. We crossed that with some of this stuff, bro. We're gonna have washers that are just blowing doors.
Yeah, your skunk's looking
How
special.
Yeah,
Dude,
no,
how
you
it's
out of the
special,
new
bro. It's
line?
super special.
Out of the
guys
new
remember
line,
the island sweet skunk from Jordan and
are
the
there any
Islands?
washers that you could
Yeah,
recommend?
the Hawaiian skunk and the island sweet skunk are totally different though.
Yeah.
I liked the island sweet skunk. That shit, there was some phenos that were fucking fire.
Oh, that stuff was fire for sure, but that was more like Maui Wowie to me. But
Yeah.
Maui Wowie
I
was
liked
more of
Maui
like
Wowie too.
yeah, but Maui Wowie was like really a generic just Hawaiian sativa where it was good just for the island standard. It was considered like more of that mid grade like train wreck kind of
It's
thing.
like Blue Dream over here.
Yeah,
It got blown out because the island
but I'm
sweet
just
skunk
saying like the island sweet skunk was the
it was
closest
big,
thing I
bro.
seen to like Maui Wowie that like uncles were claiming was the one.
It was more sativa though. Like it was more like speared out and like it came to more of a tip point than the Maui Wowie. Some of the Maui Wowie was like actually like rounded off.
Yeah, that definitely was a cool terp. I kind of wish I still had that island sweet skunk terp.
I just liked it because it was like sharp and loud. Like I remember drying it up and like you could smell it from a
Oh, it's
distance.
unique, but like I said,
Oh yeah.
he's got
The Hawaiian skunk, bro. You can smell it. Smells the whole
yeah.
garden up, bro. You can smell
He's
it
got the
over
Hawaiian
everything else.
skunk, and then I've got the Kauai Electric, which is like the '70s heirloom skunk cut, and the thing is just fucking this dude.
Is it sweet too?
Reeks. Yes, it's like a
Sweet, fruity, just
incensey
amazing.
sweet, but then just like skunk, like ugh. Like
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
you're spraying your garden. You don't smell GMO. You don't smell ChemD. You don't smell GG4. You don't smell none of the fruit. You just smell the fucking skunk. You're just like, oh my god.
Bro, share some.
No,
Well, I'm not supposed. I have seeds. I'm not supposed to. The cut's not supposed to leave the island. That's like the rules on the electric cut. I don't know about his one.
yeah, same thing. The cut's not leaving here, but seeds will definitely.
Yeah, that's just like the island rule is like you're not supposed to let the true Hawaii skunk like leave the island unless it's in seed form.
So I gotta head out to Hawaii and post up over there, live out there.
You got to come over. You got to send
You
some
gotta
of
come
your
visit
fem
us and teach
pollen.
us some stuff with
You got
all
to send your
your
fem pollen,
amazing
and I'll
knowledge.
dust mine, and he'll dust his, and then you got some fucking crazy shit right there.
So, oh, bro, that would be insane if it's like what you're saying. Because this shit fucking will pass that trait, like especially the.
I mean, you might find eucalyptus, but pretty much you're gonna find like a fucking incensey, sweet
Yeah, what I'm
skunk.
I'm finding inside there. I'm finding pretty much 4 phenos. I'm finding one that's got that earthy, gassy eucalyptus. I found one that's just super sweet candy, and then I have one that's like a rotten fruit, and then I have one that's like a rotten meat.
Bro, do you remember some shit that was called Hawaiian indica?
Yes.
Yeah,
You do?
Yeah.
Bro, my dad used to rave about that kind. Like a long time ago, he had this Hawaiian indica, and
that was the Weber guy. That was the
Yeah,
original
that's
Web.
my dad's old web. That's the old web,
No
the old
way.
Hawaiian web.
That's crazy because my dad used to breed that Webster, and he had always got seeds that were imported over there from fucking Hawaii, and that's how he got his Web strains. And also, he talked about this Hawaiian indica that he got somewhere around that same time, and he said he'd never found nothing better. It was drop dead fruity, and he said he had a grape one. He had like a bunch of different candy, like artificial ones, and
yeah, the
always tried
Hawaiian
to
the Hawaiian indica was Grape Crush with Alaskan Thunderfuck is what the Hawaiian indica was.
that's like AJ. You know, who AJ is the AJ Sour guy.
Yeah,
He supposedly he says when the one plant pollinated or whatever, that one of the potential parents he thought was that Hawaiian indica.
yeah.
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, no,
That's his story,
the Hawaiian indica that I know that went around here in the 80s was from the place was called Namahana Farms, and
Wasn't it like the grape? It was like on Grape Kush, yeah.
was a geneticist from Harvard, and she bred the Grape Crush, and then they crossed it to the Alaskan Thunderfuck, and that's what they became the Hawaiian indica.
Is that shit still around or what? Is that gone?
I have something similar to it, but it's not the same. But
It's
the one
more
I have
so
is
like
really
been bred
amazing.
into
It's the
stuff.
It was
the
old,
Tropic
right? Yeah.
Thunder.
I mean, that was like 20, 30 years ago, right?
Yeah, no, that was the 80s. The 80s is when that Hawaiian
Yeah,
Indica was going around.
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it was right before my time, really.
You guys are the only people that I've ever talked to, and I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of this? And they're like, nah, we never heard of that Hawaiian Indica. We never seen it.
Guys in Hawaii didn't get complex with the names. It was Hawaiian skunk, Hawaiian indica, Hawaiian sativa.
Right.
That was pretty much then it was the
more than
fucking
just
Kauai.
like-
Then it was the Kauai electric, and then guys started getting more
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna call this the Big Island Punabara, and the fucking, guys are getting more technical with their naming because
Yeah, exactly.
it's all about branding your strain.
Same
There
thing in
was no
California.
names, no names at all.
Well, there's like the dirt. I
Well,
know back in the day before, like
the
even the
Durban
Hawaiian
poison.
Indica and stuff, it was like
You had
the
blueberry. You had
African elephant, and then the freaking is
yeah.
the elephant and the Durban. Those are kind of the two really named strains in the '70s, I think. And then
You had like the
his
Colombian
dad had
gold.
stuff
From all
that
over
he
the
had
world.
going supposedly at that point, but my dad didn't really get nothing going until the '80s. That was kind of when like he really got the genetics from Taylor Camp to do his thing because he had
Yeah,
some
my
of his
dad was
own shit
done
he
in '83.
collected.
That was his last year. That's the year they got busted by King Harvest.
Yeah, that lavender.
Oh
was
my
fire.
god, bro.
Someone hit me
Lavender
up
was
about
nice.
the same strain fucking today or yesterday too. I haven't seen that cut at all for a long time either.
The blueberry, the '98 blueberry, that one was major.
Yeah,
Yeah, the blueberry was fucking like so good. So good.
so fire. I ran that thing
Bro.
for so
And the bubble
long.
gum too. So we around that time
Well, the
got the
bubble gum was kill, but like if I had to put bubble gum blueberry, going blueberry over bubble gum.
but
That
the bubble
'98
gum was so
blueberry was
unique.
freaking.
Blueberry.
Oh, the bubble gum was
more
really good.
Yeah, really good. They were as unique as each other. The blueberry was so blueberry, and the bubble gum was so
Yeah.
fucking bubble gum. They were just unique, and just so unique.
Oh, dude.
And I don't even know. I hear the Indiana bubble gum, and that's what it is now. But this is going back fucking a long
Well,
way.
we still breed with the Indiana bubble gum, and it's a
Yeah.
good one. But if
Before I ever heard of
I would
Indiana,
trade that. I would trade that Indiana bubble gum in a heartbeat for that
For the
'98
blueberry.
blueberry, dude. Like
Yeah, no, the
fucking.
blueberry
Oh
was
yeah,
fucking sick, bro.
that
The
That
blueberry
blueberry
'98
was.
blueberry was just like purple and blue and just chunky and just tasted like straight blueberries, bro.
like
Yeah, no,
blueberries.
that blueberry
Like,
That's
that
not
ran
even
around
fair.
Kauai, it was untouchable, bro.
Bro,
That
my
thing
friends
was.
would come by, and you didn't even need to
well,
like.
supposedly
Yeah.
that blueberry. I
You'd be
mean, I
like,
don't know what they
that's the
say on
blueberry.
paper, but Kauai
That's the
Seed probably
bubble
heard the
gum.
same thing as me. I heard
That's
the Hawaiian
the age.
indica was in that blueberry. That's what I heard.
I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
I never knew from Indiana bubblegum, bro, or Indiana whatever. Like this shit, I think might have even predated that. Maybe I have
Did
no
you
idea.
hear that same thing,
know?
Kauai Seeds, that Hawaiian indica was in that '98 blueberry, or is that just a rumor?
No, I think the 90. I'm pretty sure the '98 blueberry was the blueberry that came back from Whistler. It was BC blueberry skunk, and it came from Whistler. It was
Very
some seed that was from the seed bank over there, and it was
That
grown
thing
over
was
here.
just
And
so
the
deadly,
first
dude.
the first few runs of it, bro, the guy that brought it in was Bondo guys, and the first few runs weren't good, and then all of a sudden the thing just mutated. Like it went from like a sativa skunk to a straight indica, and it just started rocking. It was weird.
That '98 blueberry, if I could get it back, man, that thing was special. I never grew it, but I did smoke the shit out of it.
So good. That's all I gotta get. So good.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
it was
miss it.
so good.
So fucking good. Bro,
Me
yeah.
too,
When
me
we
too.
talk about like funky, fruity, this, that blueberry.
Well, like
I
I'm
would
hyped on my
definitely say
lemon lips, but still, yeah, I would trade the lemon lips for that blueberry in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no, that's
That
one
blueberry
to
was
find
crazy.
for sure.
So
Definitely
good.
one to find again.
We lost somebody. Who was it? Kind of research.
Cann research.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
So
exhausted.
bust on your menu for him again. You got your menu on a paper, or or no?
Bust
Yeah.
out the menu.
No, we got
Let's,
that tiger shark across Luda Spirit. We got saltwater taffy across Luda Spirit. We got the dirty mermaid across Luda Spirit. And we have Triton's trumpet across Luda Spirit. So you'll have flavors, all different flavors. The cookies, you're gonna get your candy and your gassiness. The peanut butter, you're gonna get nutty candy, butteriness, pretty much. The Luda Spirit doesn't have a huge influence on flavor. It just brings a light fruit to the table most of the time when you cross him. So most of these crosses will pull to the parents with just bigger, more robust buds and a super vigorous plant.
Legalize Brazil. Let's
I
go.
like that. I like
Let's
it.
go. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll be releasing it on the 10th. You'll be able to get packs for a really low price.
Yeah, you got to get your
medical
whatever you
strains.
choose to price your stuff at. It's a good idea to let it get out there and let people start to grow it now.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, no, these
Like
are these are
like
for the
808,
medical
Shake.
fam,
Well,
too,
808,
and people. I
whatever.
understand, people that need medical stuff don't have money to pay for it. Like people with cancer, they don't have extra money, so to be able to give them strains at a super good price, when it comes to the lemon lips, when it comes to the sugar tits, we got to ask more for that. When it comes to medical to healing, it should be almost free.
Listen, get it out to the people. Get it out to the people over here. Let them grow it.
All they got to do is grow it and find those killer phenos, and then boom, they're hooked.
That's it. Once people, I tell the breeders that I start to work with that, like, you could set your prices at whatever you want. No one's going to stop you. But reality is, don't you want to get your stuff in the gardens? Don't you want stuff to start taking pictures and tag you and let people see it? You know what I mean? Because we do live in a time right now,
getting the work out there so it can be seen, and then as soon as it's seen, like I always try to start our prices as fair as possible, but then it's like at the same time, like when we're at the end of the seeds, like I'm gonna charge $500 for a pack of 12 seeds.
Exactly. Yeah. Once
you know what I mean, and guys will be like, "Oh, that's not even a good." That's like why, and it's like if it's the end of the seed stock, and I'm trying to keep it for me and my family, and everyone's found winners from there. Like, I don't want to sell the last of it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
No, that's when you're going to pay, especially once that stuff's out there and it's winning awards, and people are taking pictures and raving about it because everybody's.
And that's why I love freebies, because like this is a true life story, guys. 3 seeds in a freebie pack went to, I think, somewhere in Spain, and he got 1 male and 2 females out of the ogre breath, right? GMO meat breath. He won 2 awards, bro. Fucking 2 awards. So imagine that. Dude probably bought a pack for $150. Wasn't even 808 genetics. Got given a freebie pack. Boom, goes and finds better shit in the freebie pack. Goes on to win 2 separate awards from the 2 phenos in the pack.
Exactly.
But that's how you do. That's how you get awareness. Now those guys are like only growing our gear.
That's why every time Dark has a giveaway or something, I'm always up
But like
for
you
it,
got the GMO we use
and
that everybody wants. It's medical with the Moana's gift, which is medical. Cross with your Luda Spirit, which is medical. It's like tap in, guys. That's fucking straight medicine.
Yeah, there you go. And that's why I wanted to bring the Cann on here. I want you guys to be able to ask him some questions. You guys really haven't asked any questions.
Nobody's been asking really anything.
I mean, I feel like if you guys want to ask some questions, you should. I am going to end this probably in like a minute or two, because we're at like 3.5 hours right now. And I apologize. I've spent the last 4 days. This is day 5 on Instagram for 8-hour nights, 7-hour nights, 4-hour, 5-hour nights. So I apologize. I am just fucking fully mentally exhausted right now.
I gotta go.
They're chilling.
Yeah,
and I gotta do stuff too.
Yeah, we're about.
Thanks for having us on, Dark. And like I said, he's got the. I don't know which way I'm supposed to be pointing. He's got the medicine. He's got, what I mean, of crosses right now. If you want those.
Audio cut out for some reason.
Yeah, and I was just saying, I was pretty much just going to start to say goodnight to everybody. Really, I know I've had you for like 2 hours at the
Same,
max.
brother.
You know,
Go get some food. Fucking, I just been working all day, bro. When I start
100%.
working, bro, I don't even remember to eat, dude. Like
I haven't eaten
I do
shit,
the
bro.
same thing.
I got luckily woken up about a half hour before I started this, and I thought I was gonna have time to eat. And between trying to get this set up, sending out all that stuff, I never even got to eat. I haven't eaten anything all day, and for me, it's
Oh
11:30 at
damn,
night right
big
now.
dog.
Fucking
It's
food.
11:30 at night, you know, and I am just fucking
Sheesh.
exhausted. I'm ready to fucking eat something and pass the fuck out. So
Same,
yeah,
same, dude.
So, guys, the kind seeds is probably we'll go. Me and the kind seeds will probably go live a bit later if he's got time. We can talk about it more just on the IG for anyone that's trying to shop. So he's got stuff ready to go.
there you go.
Yeah, gotta take
Thank
care of the
you, Dark,
family
for
and
the
dinner and
platform.
stuff.
Absolutely,
But
man.
Dark
I-
can get his gear. You guys should ask him for it.
yeah,
Guaranteed fire.
yeah, totally. I mean, I'll figure it out with him. We have drops on there from 808 right now. We have new drops that we didn't really talk about from kind of research. You know, we'll have to revisit this maybe next week. You know, if I could have you guys come back next week, at least even if it's like, you know, Max by himself, the Cann maybe by himself, 808 by, you know, I mean, we could obviously be in at the same time, but where we could focus on each of you guys singularly, that might be a good thing. You know, we could focus on Max's drop, what's coming up, the Watermelon Rolex, all that stuff we didn't get a chance to talk about. 808's drop, the drops that are on there, and the Kind's drop coming up as well. So maybe that'll be Breeder Night next week. We just sort of, you know, see if we could do
Return
it.
of the Holly Girls. Stay tuned. That's the next one from us.
All right. Well, you know, that to be talked about hopefully next week for you guys. All right. So
Have a good night, everybody.
all right,
Peace
man.
out.
Much love to everybody. I appreciate everybody for hanging out for 3.5 hours. We had people in here all night. You know, strong night tonight, y'all. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel and all that other shit. All right. Stay safe. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Friday night we'll be back. I'll be back Friday night on Instagram to continue what we did the last 4 nights. All right. Much love. Peace, you guys. Good night.